I will run to the restroom and make sure baby isn't going to cry. So,
not a problem. Okay, bear with me one moment because we're a little bit informal this week. We're obviously Jurnis is still helping out her niece. She's got a baby to take care of. We've got one or two people that are still waiting to join and everything. So what we were doing last week, the party were able to meet up with... Basically, yeah, everybody was able to get out of the acid bath situation without any real danger. Basically, you weren't in any danger, in all fairness. It was just... they kind of like to put people in there as an intimidation tactic. They were given a bit of context about what was going on with the situation in the city. They basically hired you, along with Skullface and Ang and Miss Courtesy, as basically like deputy wardens, mercenaries who are basically part of a militia force that helps the city guard do their job. You basically deal with the grunt work while the city guard focus on more serious matters. One of the Vevel, a warden by the name of Reap, a ratfolk person, he asked you to look into the disappearance of a friend of his, a gnome priestess of Ilmata by the name of Sis Dorrit. You went back into Renville, a place where you guys are very popular at the moment, and you were able to figure out through some investigation and some chatting with the various priests and priestesses in the area that Dorrit was becoming suspicious of the connection between the priest of the Church of Asepsis and the Renville Riders, who have been causing problems for your gang ever since you arrived the day previous. One of the people that you encountered, Sister Helga of the Agrosere, she agreed, when presented with this information, she asked you to wait behind while her and two of her sisters followed suit to basically beat the ever-loving shit out of Stuttgart and drag him down to you. As it turns out, some of the parishioners were actually members of the Riders. They attacked the sisters, and basically it wasn't the most stressful of combat, but you were able to subdue the two Riders. You were able to also subdue the acolytes of Stuttgart, and after a few unfortunate cases of him falling down the stairs, you have been transporting him to the Black Keep. However, on the way, you took a little bit of a detour when one of the riders, an older generation of the group, flagged you over. And it turns out that his granddaughter, named Leah, was the obnoxious little pickpocket who set all this in motion. He asked you for help in getting her out because of her actions, not only are you in trouble with the Riders, but so is she. And it looks like they are planning to get rid of her soon. So, that was pretty much everything that happened last week, unless I missed anything.
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. We are still waiting on a Miss Courtesy, so I'm going to send her a message again, give her a poke.
Also, hi, creature.
Oh, hi, Creech.
Hi, creature.
totally not.
Okay. So, is there? So we've got Jurnis, we've got Sephi, we've got Creech, we've got Icy. That's everybody's in the roll 20. Yes. Again, this
Yep.
one's a little bit of an informal one. One more thing I'm going to say before we start properly. I was bringing this up with Sephi earlier on because we usually do play of the game and fumble of the game. It's like an Overwatch thing. What I fancy doing now is instead of rewarding the introduction to the episode, what we're going to do now is whoever got play of the game in the last episode, depending on how good the play was, they get basically an extra dice to roll once for this session only. So because of his handy use of a whip in the fight with
Now
the...
recording.
Thank you, Kira.
I didn't forget. Can't prove anything.
No, sure, can't prove nothing. But yeah,
Not like it's on the
basically...
screen or anything.
So, Sephi, for this session only, has an extra d6 for one dice roll of his choosing, whether it's an attack roll, a damage roll, or anything like that. And because fumble of the game, in my opinion, was roll 20 for some of the weird text shit that they had last week, at any point during the game, the group can decide that an NPC or a enemy or anything like that gets a minus D4 to any of their rolls for this game only.
Ooh.
Thank you,
Yeah.
benevolent God.
Nice.
Yes, I am. I am kind. I am kind and generous. So, all that is going on. Hey, we have a Lizzie as well. Hey, Liz.
Hey, sorry, I was doing chores.
Not
It's
to
okay.
worry. I was doing the exact same 5 minutes before we started. Being an adult's great.
Yeah, sure. I'm currently
Now I just
looking
need
at
to
a
pull up
demon
everything
baby
I
on a
own.
baby monitor. So again, apologies for the quality of the stream. Again, I am in my mother's on a laptop in a living room with a dog staring at me. Because
Ooh,
I am
the dog
watching
part's not so
Snapchat.
bad.
It's all good.
Woof, woof.
One day we'll have the studio with the people matching all the tech stuff for us. One day, but it's not this day, is it, kids?
Yep.
It's on the green screen.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So let's.
All right, where's the roll 20 thing? Is it roll 20?
It is Roll20. Yeah. If you go over to roll20.net and log in, you should
Yep.
see the Voarcel game, and if you just click on that. So let us reduce the music a little bit. We're gonna wait for Lizzie to get in before we properly join.
And I'm
The,
going to close
lovely
the door.
city.
This stupid dog opened up on me.
I just wanted to see what you were doing. Hi.
Hey, close the doors, dog.
Hello.
I'm a dog. Hi.
Hello.
I eat poop a lot.
Wait, what?
That's been my experience with dogs. Having
Yeah.
4 dogs, yeah.
I just put the headphones back on to hear I eat poop a lot.
Well, this is what happens when you wander away from your own stream, my dear. I'm sorry, but you know.
It's just what dogs do. We
Yeah.
eat our do, and that's what we do.
I feel like some person. I have wired headphones, so I can't just walk around the room with them anymore.
Wow.
I
have a-
Privilege. I feel like a poor person. I have a headset with a wire. Oh my gosh.
We
To
use
be
proper
fair,
covers in it.
I have had those Corsairs. I got them on sale. I've had them for years, and they are one of my most precious possessions.
Should go with
In all
Logitech.
seriousness, I will have to add those to my wish list at some point in the future.
Mm.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Also, hello to everybody in chat. Apologies, I'm not monitoring the Twitch chat or anything. I usually go back after the fact and watch it on the VOD after the fact. And Bloody, the Cork, and everybody else, your shit posting as ever is always on point. You are fantastic, and we love you.
Well, to be fair, Darkwork, I use wired headphones in work, and once in the last week, I got up to go and get a stapler from the other side of the desk, forgot about the wire, and ended up nearly pulling the PC off the desk. It made a horrendous noise in an open plan office, and everybody turned and looked at me, and I was like, no!
Yeah, not to go down a rabbit hole as well, but just while I'm helping Lizzie log in, I love the way that you said stipler.
Stapler?
Yes, I heard stipler.
Same here.
Okay, before we start this time, how do I do the thing where I put, dang it, I forgot words.
Did you install the extension we sent you last week?
Thank you for understanding me. And I tried.
Okay. Do you see next to your address bar on Google Chrome? Is there a little red D20?
No.
Then you have not installed the extension. My magical friend Cork. Do you still have that link? Can I get it from here? When was the last time I talked to Cork? There it is. There we are. Here we are. I'm going to put it in the player chat for you.
Thank you.
Discord.
Man, I need to grab another blanket because my feet are cold.
Oh, same
Where you
here.
at?
I've got a jacket on and everything.
I'm sitting on a very unmade bed because I'm washing my sheets, so. Okay, I clicked on that. Now what do I click on?
Alright, just let me get that myself and I'll talk you through it. Hang on.
Someone,
I just need to
someone-
go to tech support voice. Okay, what I want you to do there is I want you to click on the install button,
Alright.
and then you should see an option there, install for the Chrome browser. If you can click on that for me, please.
Why, thank you. I like your customer service voice. It's very soothing.
In this new screen now, you should see an option on the right-hand side, Add Extension. If you'd like to click on that for me.
I'm not seeing that one.
Okay, did you click on the available in the Chrome Web Store button for me?
I thought I did. Okay. So it says, install for Chrome browser, and it said available in the Chrome Web Store. So I click on that, yes?
Yep.
Cool. And you said on the right?
Yep. Big
All
blue
it says
button.
is, it says remove from Chrome.
That means you already should have it in there then.
It's not showing up.
That's weird.
See if you go
What
into
is-
your character sheet in D&D Beyond
Yeah.
and click on one of your stats, like animal handling or something. When it
Oh, yeah.
comes up on the right-hand side, is there a big red button called Beyond 20?
Heck yeah, I'm an idiot. Let's do it.
Yay!
Yay! Awesome.
Thank you for calling technical support. Have a nice day.
Guys, I just met the nicest tech support lady.
I spoke for this for the better part of 5 years because I found on the phone it made people calm the fuck down and stop swearing at me.
I know, I have this weird
People calm
voice
down
that
and
goes
stop
up
swearing?
2 octaves when I'm trying to be like, hello, please do not yell at me.
I found this to be a very relaxing tone of voice, and some people thought I was Scottish.
Oh,
Because for some
I
reason,
find that
some
if
people
people
thought
think I'm
it was
cute,
a bad thing
they
to
yell.
speak to the Irish. I also do and sometimes sound like a BBC newscaster.
Okay,
all
for
you
all
guys
of that.
have cool accents.
Oh, Heck yeah, we do. I will tell you this right now. Because of that alone, Jurnis, you get an extra D6 for this session only as well.
Yay!
Yeah.
Exuberance.
Okay. So, are we all sitting comfortably?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm grabbing another blanket.
Okay.
We will get this
Actually-
thing started.
My piggies are cold.
That is fair. I actually know Liz and everything, and for real, this chicken freezing a volcano. So yeah, you get yourself nice and warm, my friend.
Speaking of someone currently living in Manchester in November, what is warmth?
I know, right?
I'm in fucking Ireland.
We're kind of on the same latitude, aren't we? Latitude or longitude?
And I can guarantee my body temperature is colder than yours.
I'm in Wisconsin. That's about where you guys are. Maybe a little lower.
We're
All right,
further
guys,
north
I'm
than
probably gonna
Quebec.
talk more this time around because I'm awake. And I didn't not sleep last night like last time.
Yeah, I found this out. Actually, I didn't realize how far north Ireland and England actually are. We're above Toronto.
Yes, you are.
Madness. Anyway, continue. There's yeah. Take
It's
us
all
away.
good. It's all good. So yeah, we're here to play D&D apparently. Okay, so
Apparently.
yeah. Okay, so we've done our little spiel and everything. So you have just had a rather interesting conversation with a gentleman who referred to himself as Wogan. And yes, people from the UK and Ireland and everything. It was a reference, and I'm not sorry.
Was his first name Terry?
Yes, it was.
Sorry, not sorry.
The computer says no.
Yeah. Just an aside, I was doing a lot of search for, Celtic, Gaelic names and everything, and Wogan came up, and I'm like, how could I not? Anyway, so he basically explained that his granddaughter was the one responsible for all the tomfoolery with you guys, and he wanted to make a deal to get her out of the Black Keep, in return for information. So, having walked away from the alley and everything, what do you guys want to do now?
Well,
First thing-
we didn't find that one lady.
Yes,
we
you're
were
still
supposed
looking
to.
for Miss Dorrit, yeah.
First thing Skullface does is ask for that thing he gave to Jurnis back.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Thing
say
he
again.
gave her.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
First
you
things-
back the high explosive.
Yeah, and he quickly disarms it.
Right, if I remember rightly, Glorth, Graz, and Jurnis were going to head towards the inn. Skullface, Ang, and Courtesy were going to go and talk to the guy about your woman, and to avoid
Okay.
other captured gang members being in the same cell as her.
Okay, then. In that case, since we're splitting the party, nothing bad's going to happen here, honest. Who
Oh.
wants to go first? Are we going to go with Group Tavern, or are we going to go with Group Black Keep?
Group Black Keep, I vote.
Okay.
Okay, then. So, up here in the Black Keep, apologies as well, because for whatever reason I've been trying to get the jukebox working, but over the past half hour, a lot of the audio cues are just not working for whatever reason. So, apologies if there's no working music at the moment. But yeah, so Skullface, Ang, and Miss Courtesy, you guys head over to the keep. You flash your badges and everything. Oh, incidentally, the badges that all of you guys have, look a little bit like this. So everybody in the party has one of these.
Oh, cool.
It's a little purple metallic badge with
big
various
is it?
dwarven runes. It's basically just like a lapel badge. I mean, it's not like a shield or anything. It's just like a pin
Like the Hail Hydra badges they had in the Avengers.
You know what?
Weird comparison. I'm sorry.
No, that I like that. Yes, I mean originally I was thinking sort of like a deputy badge, but sure. Elijah.
Also, Dennis, good work on cleaning up the journal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It took a little bit of faffing about, but.
And I bet your notes are a lot easier to find now too.
Oh heck yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
sorry. Just remember to bring in Specky, and I can still act as the camera.
Yes, indeed. Not to worry. So, were you heading straight to the jail, or were you having a conversation with somebody? What are you guys doing?
He's going to want to see Margot.
Okay. Are the two of you guys following him, or are you hanging back?
Well, I mean, if we're going as a group, I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right then. So, you've been to the plenum a couple of times, the Black Keep. There are several different sections for different branches of the local government. One is dedicated to the various trades and imports for the other groups in the city. There are one or two Voarcel that operate around here. This is where Reap operates.
Hello?
It seems the wifey has caught his attention.
Right.
Secret things are happening.
Mysterious things.
What?
Yes.
So, would you, Courtesy, would you like to make a test roll just to make sure this thing works while we wait on RDM? Oh, you already did. Never mind.
Yeah. Ha. I'm
Same
right ahead
here.
of you.
I'm totally paying attention. I'm not glaring at a dog.
Dog.
Oh yeah, my sister's dog. I went to visit my sister yesterday because it was my nephew's birthday. And it was dark and raining, so I came in wearing my gloves and coat. My sister's dog barked and growled at me until I took down the hood and called his name, and then he was all happy to see me. But it was just like, oh shit, this dog is huge.
I don't know who you are, but...
Okay,
Oh,
can you
it's
hear me now?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, I was sorry. Yeah, I was in the middle of describing something, and then I'm assuming you guys couldn't hear me.
It sounded like you'd gone muffled.
That is very. I'm sorry. We are having some tech issues today, guys. I am
It was
sorry.
probably perfect timing because my mom also came in to be like, "Hey, your laundry," and I was like, "Oh man."
We're adults. Yeah, we're professionals.
I'm an adult.
Okay. So, as I was saying, you guys head into what is basically the Goblin Quarter of the Black Keep. As you're passing over the threshold, you notice less and less dwarves, more hobgoblins, bugbears, and goblins. Keeping watch at the various intersections. As you come around a corner, you've been here a few times, Skullface. This is basically the passageway outside Margot's office, since she does a lot of work here in the building itself. Sat at a desk in front of the door is this fairly tall, thin, red-haired elven woman. Her hair's in sort of like almost like pigtails, very reminiscent of dwarven fashion. And she has these fairly large, thick glasses that she looks over as you approach. Oh, Mr. Green's skull face, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need to talk to Margot.
Oh, okay. Do you have an appointment?
No, it's kind of a spur of the moment. Bit of an emergency.
Right. please bear with me one moment while I just check and see if she's available. The elven woman gets up. You've met her a couple of times. You know her name's Hilda. And she's going to head over to the front door. She's going to tap on it a couple of times and then quietly let herself in and close the door behind her. While you guys are waiting in the small antechamber, there are, on either side of the door, are two pretty large bugbears. They're in very well-tailored suits. You've seen them a couple of times as too, and they're just not threateningly. They're just staring at you.
Skullface doesn't really react to him. He's kind of used to seeing bugbears around the place.
A moment or so passes, and then the door opens again. Hilda closes it behind her, and she'll wander over to you. Is this something very important? She's currently in the middle of something at the moment, sir.
Hilda, this could bring down the riders completely.
Okay. That's going to be a yes then. She asks the three of you to follow her. She heads back towards the door, just gives it a click, 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 and opens the door again. As you all enter, are you all following?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you go into this room, you notice it's a very... For the majority of this building, the dwarven architecture is very stoic, very sparse. There's very little decoration inside the building itself. In here, however, every single surface is crammed full of books, knickknacks, collectibles, statues, vases, various items that seem pretty damn expensive. This is a very well-furnished, well-maintained space. The lights are also very low. The only real light coming from a set of candles that are on the large mahogany desk in front of you. Behind it, let me just bring her up. Okay. Is a goblin. Short cropped greying hair, large Ronnie Barker type glasses. In her mouth, she has a cigarette. She's a fresh one that she's just lighting up. And she looks over her glasses at the rest of you, waves Hilda away, and bids you all to take a seat. There is currently one seat in front of her.
Skullface very quickly removes his hat and makes sure people too can't see as he lifts his mask, resting it on the top of his head so Margot can see his face, but the other two can't. Afternoon, Margot.
Afternoon, Wex.
He flinches a little when she says that.
So, to what do I owe the pleasure? Before any of you guys get into this, I would like everyone to give me a passive perception check, please.
Okay, passive perception's 14.
Passive perception is 12.
And for Ang?
11.
Okay, no problem. So, she bids you to take a seat, takes a puff on her cigarette, and she just looks at you questioningly.
Okay. Skullface sits down and tries to relax a little. Margot, you know, I brought in that dwarven girl named Leah earlier today.
I mean, I've not really had time to check the name and everything, but I do know that you had a hand in dealing a bit of a blow to those rider trash. And for that, we are all here very, very grateful.
Margot, girl's grandfather approached my associates. He's willing to sell out all the riders in exchange for him and his granddaughter getting safe passage out of the city.
She leans forward a little bit and gives you a very intense look. And do you believe him?
I have reason to believe so.
That's very interesting information, yes. And what is it that he wants in return? Safety, I assume?
Yeah, pretty much just safety, and he'll take her and himself out of the city.
Now, as you would know more than most, trying to get people out of the jails once they're in the system is easier said than done. There are ways, of course, we can try and figure something out, maybe. But this information would have to be legit. We would need something first in order to grease the wheels with the rest of the idiots on the council. I mean, I'm only one woman. There's only so much I can do.
You know me, I'll try and do whatever I can to get hold of it, even if I have to go down there myself and take out the rider leadership myself.
Oh, no, I don't. There's no doubts about your willingness for the cause, my friend. Don't you worry about that. But again, you're only one person, and while we're living here, we have to play nice with the locals. I mean, this isn't a goblin city. We are, as our hosts quick to remind us, guests. Gotta play by the rules. Of course, that doesn't mean we can't stack the deck in our favor every now and then. Yeah, I think I can think of something. But, aside from bringing down the riders, what exactly is in it for us? She gives you a slightly sinister smile. And, what is that sound? I love it.
Sorry,
Skullface
it's my
is-
Facebook notifications.
It's all good.
Skullface is just really not sure how to proceed at this point. He's kind of got that same look of desperation he had the last time Margot saw him before he left. He left Ribscar.
Give me an insight check.
1 second.
11. Okay. With your previous dealings with Margot and everything, you know that she, like most of the cartel leaders, is always interested in favors. You've been of use to her in the past, providing various services, so it's likely she would want something in return. You also know that, by and large, she's one of the more reliable employers, and given your past history, is very unlikely to just, leave you in the dirt, holding a bag, so to speak.
Come on, Margot, you've known me for God knows how many years now.
Well, I might have something in the works that you and your associates might be handy with. It's a little early days, can't really go into it right now, but I hate to see good talent go to waste, Wex, and considering all the good work that you've done for us in the past, I honestly think that you're being wasted on missing people and, ferrying drunks to and from the slammer. She looks over her glasses at Ang and Courtesy, and the smile sort of drops a little bit. Out of curiosity, she narrows her eyes at Courtesy. I know you. We haven't spoken, but I know your family very well. You, she points at Ang, I don't know. So, let's be very clear about something. Anything discussed in this room stays in this room. If it goes out, then so do you.
Perfectly understandable.
I understand, madam.
Just so we're all on the same page. She returns a focus to Skullface.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want me to try and arrange a transfer to a more cushy place in the middle of nowhere where maybe a week or so into a service she might somehow slip the net and, reunite with Granddaddy? Would that be reasonable?
That'd be absolutely perfect.
It's what we've done before, isn't it, my friend? Okay, yeah, I can try and expend a favor or two with some of the idiots on the plenum. But again, this would mean that you would owe me a favor, my friend.
I know, Margot. I mean, I already owe you for what you've done for me in the last year or so.
She looks down at her paperwork for a second and looks over the other two for a moment. Would you actually give us just one moment? We have some personal business to discuss.
Of course, and I curtsy, and then, take my leave.
Ang does the same and bows, leaves the room.
Well, I'll give you this. They're polite, at least. She takes another drag of a cigarette, and then she reaches into her pocket and she hands one over to Skullface.
Uses his lighter to light it up.
You always were a gentleman, weren't you?
That's what made Rena like me.
Yeah. And I almost never forgave you for taking her away from us like you did, but, she was her own person, and you were very good to her. So you've always got a friend in me. You'll notice that as soon as the other two left, she's kind of dropped the icy front a little bit, and she's more relaxed. Look, I know that things between us have been a little bit strained since things didn't exactly work out the way we wanted. Have you learned anything since you've been keeping her eye... Let me try that again. Have you learned anything since you've been keeping an eye on our new friend? And he points, and she points, oh my gosh, she points to the door where Miss Courtesy went through.
I haven't been able to learn anything yet, but I'm starting to think she might not know much at all.
Disappointing. But at the same time, from what I hear about her, she's useful.
Also,
And Christina always seemed to like her.
well, she was good in the fight. Same with the rookie out there.
Well, as long as you play your cards close to your chest, if things go well, we might be able to bring them both in on our other matter.
Of course, Margot.
Yeah. I appreciate you, X. And again, sorry for the whole outing you there. But at the end of the day, it's going to happen sooner or later. Especially if you
Nice.
trust them. And if not to worry, I can get rid of them like that. She chuckles.
Thanks, Margot. You've always looked after me.
Oh. And you, me, kiddo. And you, me.
Thanks for your time.
She takes a long drag of a cigarette and just blows it into the air. You stay safe, and I'll see what I can do about this kid. In the meantime, I will tell you this. The rat has been looking a little bit skittish lately in regards to this missing persons. Did you learn anything while you were out there?
Yeah, we suspect the riders might be involved. I've got
That's
much further,
reasonable.
but we do know that Stuttgart fella at the mission was possibly involved as well.
Yeah, I did hear tell that one of the priests that were visiting the city had a few stumbles down the stairs.
Well, I don't like it when people use religion to carry the bullshit he was doing.
Not me, kiddo, not me. Still, just to let you know, that watchmaster has been a little bit on edge since he came here. Looks like he might be trying to get him out sooner than later. So if you've got any questions for him, now would be a good time to have a little chat.
Of course.
I'll see what I can do about the girl Leah.
Thanks, Margot.
Okay.
With
So,
that,
yeah, you first, Sefit.
okay. But with that, Skullface finishes the cigarette, stubs it out in the ashtray on the desk, and gives a slight bow before replacing his mask and his hat.
You take care, kid. She
You
returns
too,
to
Margot.
work.
Okay, he leaves the room.
Okay. So, as you are stepping out, Miss Curliser and Ang, are you doing anything while he's having his little private chat?
Just not that I can think of. Just standing there patiently.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ang's
Okay.
just keeping to himself, quietly meditating as much as he can.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, while you're there, you see Hilda. She's currently typing away on this a very Victorian-esque looking typewriter. Typing up a couple of notes and everything. You also notice the two bugbears. Again, not threateningly, but just sort of idly staring at you, not blinking.
Okay,
I'm too polite to say anything.
Skullface gives him a quiet nod because he's not sure if he knows them or not.
These particular ones, they're a bit younger. You probably wouldn't recognize them. You do know Hilda, though. Margot's had her as a receptionist for a while.
Yeah, Skullface does go till and says, "Thanks, Hilda."
Anytime, Mr. Greenstride. You have a Skull. Hey, sorry. Keep forgetting.
Alright, just please try to remember.
Yep. Okay. Scats on her. Will do. And she basically just gets back to work. So
at this point, Skullface looks at Courtesy and Ang just says, "My name is Skullface, remember?" Doesn't quite say it's a threat, but he says, "You've not heard any other name used."
All right.
The man of mystery. Okay, so are you guys heading straight out of the keep now? Are you heading over to the jails? Anything else you're doing?
Say heading down to jails would be an idea.
Yep.
Okay then. So, Skullfirst, let's just get these tokens. Not that we're going to need tokens for anything. No, not at all. Okay. So, as you guys are heading over to the jail cell, and for whatever reason, Roll20 doesn't want to let me copy paste the tokens because it is sucking. You hear a little bit of, oh my gosh, it just copy and pasted 4 versions of you. 1 second. Roll20
They're
is
multiplying.
Hey, check out my new spell, Mirror Image. Oh
I
god, I'm
invoked it.
stuck in my phone voice now.
Oh my gosh, I've gone cross-eyed. Oh, now the music starts playing. Thank you.
Proper spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it is a jail.
And no, now it's quieter. I was about to say, and now it's gone, but it's just quiet.
And I can't see anything.
You can't
Yeah,
see
is it-
anything?
Phantom
Is
Potato.
it supposed to be that small?
That's weird.
If it's an old
oh, there we
token,
go.
you probably haven't assigned it to.
There it is.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. Unfortunately, the version of the tokens that I was copy and pasting, I never actually gave you the ability to have sight for whatever reason. There we go. Can Specky see?
Yes, Becky can see.
Specky's fine. Okay, good. So, you guys wander down into the obsidian hallways of the lower levels of the keep, where some of the different jail cells are. After asking around with the guards, you are pointed towards the recent arrival section. As you're heading down here, this door opens up, and this older dwarf with a little bit of a limp patcher staggers out and slams against the door here. Following him close behind is one of the guards, who picks him up and starts dragging him down the corridor here. I would like all 3 of you to give me a perception check, please.
Oh, right, I'm not here. Never mind.
No, you're not.
Heyo!
Hey,
Oh,
I
that
just
guard is made of guard.
I just realised, unfortunately, that Miss Courtesy would be useless in this role.
What?
You were not a part of the incident where they picked this particular dude up. This was the previous episode. I'd say with a 13, with a 13 Skullface, you would be able to recognise that this was the person that the weird blue tiefling was attacking during the big commotion in the alleyway the day previous. And he is currently being dragged away by this guard. Ang. With a 2. I'm so sorry. You're the only person who can speak Dwarven, and unfortunately, you just can't make out what they're saying. Also, just for the hell of it, you know what I want. Roll me a D100, please.
Roll for both, Penis.
Lizzie,
Why do
we
you keep
will.
mentioning that? What does that
We will give you context. We will,
We will, yeah.
but not today.
It's a running
14.
gag.
No, it's fine. You're just not paying attention. So these guys basically head on out, and you are left by yourselves in the corridor. Now, this way is the chamber towards Stuttgart, where he's being kept, and over here is where Leah is being kept. So, you probably only have time to check on one of them. Which one are you going for?
Skullface is a little bit on edge. So he's going to go and check on Leah.
Okay. Okay, then. So, as you head towards this gate here, you find that it is actually unlocked. And as you step inside, you see one heck of a commotion is going on. Leah is basically... these cells are basically open plan. There are wide bars in between each one, and through the bars, one of the two riders that you picked up earlier is awake, and he is throttling her through the bars here.
Oh,
Skullface
Whoa.
rushes over. Sorry, Dennis.
No worries. Yeah, basically, it's like this goblin here is basically been yelling for help because she's been attacked.
Skullface runs up to this one and basically jams Letitia into the side of his head.
Okay, give me a
Intimidation,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Intimidation.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh yeah. You gonna let go.
Okay, well, let's see if he makes his wisdom save first of all. So, dun 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 dun. This is where we now try and find all the different. Yeah, sure. Wisdom save, please. Da-da-da. Bottom.
Okay, he fell.
Yeah, he fell. He does seem intimidated by you, and he sort of like lets go a little bit. Kind of realizes that he's technically supposed to be dealing with her, and he's going to try and take another swing at her. At this point, Leah legs it over here. At which point, this guy tries to take a swing at her.
what the heck?
So, yeah, both of these guys, you remember now, both of these guys were the ones that you picked up from the outreach about an hour ago.
Skullface just doesn't hesitate and plugs around into this guy.
This guy. Okay, roll it.
Yeah.
Leah, incidentally, is looking really badly hurt, and I would like
that's a misfire.
to... yeah. So what happens on a misfire, for those of us who aren't aware?
Basically, the gun jams. It can't be used until it's fixed.
All right.
Okay, so Letitia is currently out of operation. I would say as well, roll me a d4.
Okay.
You take 4 points of damage.
Skullface just curses under his breath, and he's going to try and use his whip.
Okay, yes, yeah, because you've got 2 actions. Technically, we're not in combat yet, because this is going to be very difficult to do. It's basically you're trying to break up this little fight here.
Can I try to intimidate the guy down there after he's done with the whip and everything?
Certainly. With the you're trying to basically do what now? You were using your whip on this guy here?
Yeah, the one at the top.
Okay, then.
Beat him back.
You are trying to do it through bars. So it's a bit of a narrow field for you to get through. So roll it with disadvantage. Don't forget, you do have a d6 that you can add. Oh, heck. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's going to hit.
I lashed him straight across his face.
Yeah, give me some damage. Okay. Yeah, he shrieks at that, and he basically is trying to scrabble. He's basically shoving the bed out of the way and trying to hide behind it.
At this face, Skullface just raised his voice and goes, "Listen, you two rider fucks. Your friend out there got fucked over by a pretty nasty tiefling. How would you like it if perhaps in the middle of your sleep tonight, I ask him to come and pay you a visit?" And I bear in mind, he's a bloodthirsty and a pretty nasty fucker.
I feel like something's going on.
Unfortunately, you're not part of this scene.
I know. I'm at the tavern with like shivers down my spine.
Yes.
While this is going on, is she still being attacked?
Yes, she's basically being throttled by this guy here.
This is why Skullface just yelled at the two of them. To get them to
While he's
Oh, I apologize, Isa. This guy looks intimidated as fuck, and he's trying to avoid being attacked. This guy, on the other hand, he's just going for it, and he basically has his sheets through the bars, and he's literally choking her right now.
Cool.
And
I'm gonna try to
they are-
intimidate him.
They, I would say, given the fact that Skullface has been very intimidating so far, intimidation may not be the way to go.
Ah. Okay, let's see what I've got then.
Now, since I have bars in my way, I can't pummel this guy to death. So I can't turn him into a red mist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw my darts at his neck.
Do it.
Okay. And that's a let's see, a 12 hits. Yeah. Give me some damage. Nicely done. Okay. And Miss Courtesy, were you doing something?
Nah. I have the only long range weapon I have is a longbow, and I feel like that's just overkill.
Yeah.
Threaten him with it.
Okay, so yeah, 7 piercing. He kind of grunts in pain. Let's see. That's Constitution saving throw. Yeah. He grits his teeth through the pain, and he carries on choking her. He's basically got a death grip on her at this point, and she's going to take.
Ah.
She's looking a little bit worse for wear. This dude is not letting go.
Cool.
What are you doing?
Overkill it is. I bring out my longbow.
Okay.
Or actually, nope. I have hand axes. I can throw those.
Okay. Just know you are going to be doing it with disadvantage because, again, you're trying to throw through the bars.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. It's not going to go well, is it?
It might.
So, do I do it twice?
Yeah. You have 2 attacks, don't you, as a fighter?
Oh, yeah, I do. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
but yeah,
because I was at a disadvantage.
Yeah, for disadvantage, there is a toggle. Well, that's on roll 20. Yeah, if you do it twice, there might actually be a button on D&D Beyond that lets you roll advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, if you see the red dice at the top next to your address bar, if you click on that, it'll tell you what type of roll, and then you can choose normal roll, always roll twice, ask every time, roll with advantage, roll with disadvantage. I keep it on always roll twice, just for simplicity's sake.
Cool. I don't know where that is.
Do you still not have the little thing?
I'm bad at this, so I'm just going to roll it twice.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good. A 12. Luckily enough, a 12 does actually just hit his armor class. So roll damage. Yeah, so that's going to be 8. Oh, shit. Nice. Miss Courtesy. As you try and line up a good shot, so what were you trying to do? Were you trying to wound this guy?
I'm just trying to make him let go. If I happen to lop off a hand, so be it.
Okay. You basically hold your arm back, you throw it forward, the axe goes neatly through the bars and embeds itself in the side of his head, the force shoving him over here. The axe continues to remain in his head. His hands go slack, let go of the rope, the sheets, and she like just rushes forward, breathing. He slowly slides down, not breathing, with an axe in his head.
Cool.
Guess you didn't have any hit die then.
He had 4 hit points.
I just killed this man.
Yes, you did. You killed a prisoner in his cell.
He was strangling someone.
Yeah. Okay.
I do not regret these actions.
As you shouldn't. So, Leah's basically just like holding on to her throat, just trying to catch her breath. She looks almost feral, panicked, wondering what the hell is going on. I fucking tried it. In Dwarven, Ang, you hear, fuckers tried to kill me. What the fuck is going on? And she basically jumps onto her bed and starts hammering on the bars here at this guy who's cowering at the corner. And again in Dwarven, she's yelling, "Hey, you fuck! What's going on? What the fuck are you doing?" This guy just... he kind of peeks out. He is absolutely fucking terrified of getting another lashing off Skullface. Notices his dead friend there, and he just like... Basically, he goes back under the bed. And again, Ang in Dwarven, you hear, "You started this. How many are dead because of you?"
At this point, I look at her through the bars and in Dwarvish tell her, "Calm down. It's done now. We can explain."
You can fucking explain. She kind of just like sits on the bed for a moment, just like staring off into the middle distance, absolutely stunned. Fuck your ideas of my life. They fucking turn on me.
We decided, unfortunately, the target of your pickpocketing turned out to be a bit of a pain for...
Apologies, Sepha, you cut out real badly there.
That's alright. Skullface kind of crosses his arms and just goes, "You chose the wrong person to pickpocket, love."
I was just trying to... I was just trying to impress him.
You gotta choose your targets better.
She kind of glares at you a little bit. Oh, thanks, I guess.
Look, at this point he makes sure to give the guy hiding under the bed a very specific glare. Say, "You say anything, I will get that blue tiefling and I will set him on you." Look, Logan wants us to get you out.
She lifts her head up at that. What do you know about Wogan? She actually like holds up her hand to get you to shut up, and she actually comes up to the bars and kneels down. What do you know about Wogan?
Skullface just whispers, "I know he's your granddad. I know he wants to get out of the city and take you with him. Riders have put a hit out on you."
I figured that out for myself, thanks. What do you have to do with it?
Because no charge would ever be in a prison cell.
I'm not a fucking child.
You're still young, ain't you? Still got a good chance at a new life. I'm going to make sure you and your granddad get a chance to get that.
Why the fuck would I listen to a fucking goblin of all things? You're the reason we fucking out here doing this.
Rude.
That's as maybe. Right now, we're your best bet. But getting out of here with your head intact and getting somewhere better than this shithole of a city.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, for God's sake.
I mean, yeah. she just looks at you like this, just loathing. It's like, I don't fucking need you for anything. I can take care of myself. Admittedly, she does kind of rub her neck a little bit as she's saying that. And she just steps away, glares at this guy over here, and she'll actually move over to this side of the bed.
Oh, heck. There's a weapon in there.
Actually, no, there are no weapons in here. They were basically the
hand axe?
Yep, my hand axe.
Yeah.
I want that back.
She kind of looks over at the body. The
I'll
axe.
glare at her hardcore.
Give me an intimidation.
Oh,
Again,
cool.
with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, because she doesn't fucking like you.
Did I roll the second one?
You did. Yeah, 21 with disadvantage. That's not bad. You can see she's thinking about it, and then she's like, you have plenty of other weapons, and how on earth is she going to fight a way out of here anyway? So she just sort of like sits cross-legged on the bed, arms folded, and just like glares at you. Well, are you going to call a guard or something? There's been an attack in here.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay. Cool. So, do you guys go looking for a guard?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Give me, as you guys are stepping out, give me a basic intelligence check, the three of you.
Just straight up intelligence?
Straight intelligence, yeah. Not a saving throw, just a check.
Where is that one?
That is on your character sheet. Let's see, on Roll20. Sorry, not on D&D Beyond. It should be on the far left.
I just click intelligence.
Yeah, the intelligence. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say Skullface and Courtesy. There don't seem to be many guards in this area.
Oh my gosh.
Considering...
Were they gonna let her be killed?
It looks
she
like...
is so fucked. And if they have a target on her back, they probably have a target on Logan as well. He's not gonna leave without her.
Yeah, it does seem like... It does seem to be unusual. As you guys are heading out, the goblin, it's basically an older-looking dude, fairly ragged, is trying to call over to you, Skullface, specifically to the bars.
Just go over, yeah. He goes over.
And undercommon, it's like, hey, look, get me out of here, all right? They're flipping insane, a lot of them.
Which who are you with?
Who am I with? I'm with the dredgers, mate.
Dredgers, right.
You have, I would say that you don't really have any ties to the dredgers.
Skullface is kind of debating what to do at this point. And what are you in for?
Look, I mean, it was my money. She didn't need it. It's like she slipped. It wasn't my fault. That's neither here nor there. Just look, come on, let me out.
Just tell me what you did.
What I did didn't matter, but I'll tell you what I just saw. I think God dragged out one of her friends, didn't he?
Yeah. We saw.
Yeah. I'll tell you why and what he was saying if you agree to help me out.
I'll see what I can do.
Give me a persuasion again. I'd say disadvantage because you haven't really given him any solid assurances. With a 2, with a 2 is like, oh, I'm gonna need more than that, mate. Come on, give me some. I need something to work with here. Make a deal. He also looks over the badge you've got, and then he kind of steps back a little bit. Oh, I see. You're one of their toadies. Huh.
Skullface just glares and says, just leans in. I'll have a little chat with Margot. How about that as an assurance?
Now, the way Skullface is saying this, would this be in a threatening way? Yeah, actually, considering
it's a
the
threat.
relation. Yeah. Okay, give me intimidation and with advantage.
Oh, for God's sake. Damn you,
Yeah.
Aaron, Jesus.
He has abandoned you. This guy's going to be like, oh, everyone always goes on about Margot. Well, she ain't the flipping boss of me or any of us. He spits at your feet and just returns to this corner of the cell. Anybody else want to try anything?
I don't know what to try.
That was all in Undercommon, right?
That was actually an undercommon, yes.
All right.
Skullface just glares and reaches into his coat and pulls out a set of thieves' tools.
Oh. You got his attention now, and he'll step forward a little bit.
Basically, Skullface double checks to make sure there's nothing on the tools that could be traced to him.
Give me an intelligence check with advantage, since these are your tools.
I'm also gonna kind of stand watch by the door or whatever, I guess.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, okay, that's a smart move. I would say, with a 16, you know that while the tools wouldn't be traced or anything, you do have 2 witnesses in this room who are going to see you do this. And both of them are kind of hostile to you at the best of times. So
we could just blackmail the guards and be like, yo, you left someone here to die.
But in terms of the tools themselves, no. I mean, you wouldn't. There wouldn't really be any way of tracking it back to you. Again, though, there is the unfortunate matter of there being 2 witnesses.
Skullface is going to look back at Leah, sigh, and just... I'll cut you a deal. I'll give you these. You get her out as well.
Why would I want to flipping help her? You heard her. Flipping dwarvesy.
I could just help her out.
You
I would do anything. Gets me what I want.
I believe that. Alright, you let me out. Look, you let me out. I'll tell you what I know. And, I'll let her out as well. But look, here's the thing. Yeah, you go.
Okay. Skullface is holding the tools ready to toss them to him.
Alright. Basically, the old dude was being dragged away by the guard, and he was saying, "No, what are you doing? They're gonna kill her. Stop. Are you insane? They're gonna kill her. Why?" Looks like the guards aren't too bothered about her.
Definitely blackmail material.
Skullface nods and then just says, "Alright, I'll bring it up with Margot next time." He just walks straight over to Leah's cell and starts working on the lock.
Oh.
He just looks absolutely livid.
Knew it.
Respect. Interesting.
There's a catapulting mechanism involved.
Yeah, I can't wait to go over to the tavern. This is going to be beautiful. Okay, so I would like you to give me a sleight of hand with advantage because you have proficiency with your lockpicking tools, I imagine.
Okay, yep, I've already done the Thieves' Tools roll for him, so...
Okay, with a 19, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. As you're working on that, Miss Curtis.
Oh. I just kind of call back. Yeah, I just kind of walk back in very calmly. Hey, a guard's coming.
The moment he sees you, this is the same card as before. Basically, this dwarven male in dark armor with a purple sash and everything. It's like, hey, what are you doing?
We were here to see some of the prisoners.
Give me, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception, I think that was 12. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say even with a 12, he does look a little bit surprised that there's someone down here. And he's actually going to try and push his way past you. Are you stopping him?
I'm going to stand strong, and I'm going to sort of, I was expecting there to be more guards in this area, considering who you have here.
Right, you need to get out of my way. This is my business. What are you? You are a warden. You've got no business here.
Well, we tried to find someone to visit the prisoners, but there was no one here, and I wonder why that is, considering you have such a high-profile prisoner here.
Several high-profile prisoners.
His eyes sort of narrow a bit, and he actually looks towards this door here. You mean priest? The priest has been taken care of.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Courtesy crosses her arms and raises one eyebrow. Taken care of?
Yeah, Watchmaster's with him. Nobody... he kind of looks a little wary. Oh, yeah, if you want the priest, then he's down there.
I see.
So if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to, and he's going to try and move past you again to get into the other cell block.
Cool. I can only hope I've given them enough time to look natural. I did what I could.
So, Skullface, Ang, what are you doing?
Skullface is working the door.
Well, he's doing that. Ang is going to try and talk to her. Tell her, hey, the guard's coming. Get our weapons out of that body.
Wow.
Just say
Okay.
that's process.
Okay. Yeah, I won't even say roll for it. She's sort of like looks to the door, looks to you, and looks at the hand axe, and she's like, fuck off, I wasn't involved in this. This is on you.
Okay.
So, I would say you have maybe 6 seconds before the guard comes in. 6 to 10 seconds. So, do you have anything else you would want to try?
The Skullface is still working on the lock.
Oh,
This is
you're
gonna-
actually
he's-
still trying to break her out?
Yeah. I've got a plan.
Okay. Again,
You know what?
with a
He's got a
19.
plan. I'm just gonna like get in front of the door.
Okay.
Delay it a little bit longer.
You're
Okay.
just gonna barricade it.
Okay. So, the guard's gonna basically Miss Courtesy, you said
I'm
that
gonna
you're
open the
stepping
door
past.
myself. I turn around and I
Sure.
daintily try the door.
Okay. Miss Courtesy tries to open the door. Ang, are you gonna let her try the door?
I'm gonna hold it and pretend it's stuck.
I want both Courtesy and Ang to give me contested strength checks, please.
I'm not trying very hard.
Okay, then in that case, Ang
Not
gets his with
pushing.
advantage.
Pretending
Just-
to open sounds like performance to me.
Just straight up strength.
You know what? Well, we already said strength, but yeah, that's a fair point for the future creature. So yeah, just a straight up strength check.
Okay.
With 7, yeah, that door does not seem to be budging.
Hmm.
And now give me a performance check to make it look like you're actually trying.
I mean, how many people actually try to open doors very hard? Ah.
Oh.
Okay. Can I please get a D100 roll from you? Roll a D100. Basically on the left, near the bottom.
Ugh.
Oh shit.
Oh god!
Oh god.
Okay.
Is that bad?
That is
Yes.
a high severity. That is the worst kind of fuck up.
Oh, severity.
Yes. It's a little homebrew rule that we like to have here. The guard basically looks at you, takes a step back, and he's going to draw his sword, and he's going to start calling for help.
I'm just gonna haughtily look at him and be like, "You were very rude to me. You can't blame me for trying to pull a little joke here."
Skullface quickly hisses through the bars to Leah. Fuck's sake, play dead.
She just looks like, oh, fucking hell. And yeah, she is basically going to try and be like, on the bed.
Okay, have I got through the lock yet?
I also step away from the door, by the way.
I would say yes, the door is, with your roll, yeah, you have actually managed to get that
Right.
open. As soon as
Skullface-
this guy... Yes, sorry,
Skullface quickly walks in. He starts looking like he's checking checking the
Okay.
vitals.
Okay. As he starts yelling, this door, because I need to be on the right there, this door opens up. And these two guards here come out. Oi, what's going on? This guy
Skullface yells, "Ang, get a fucking medic!"
At that point, burst open the doors. Hey, we need a medic in here.
give me a performance check, please.
Okay. Big money, big money. Try me my worst skill. Stop.
Mm. Okay, they
I
do
should have
not look
went with them.
convinced. They don't look convinced, and they now have their hands are now definitely on their swords, and they're both looking at you two. And from inside, you hear, what on earth is going on? And the Watchmaster steps out, looking very confused.
Okay, Skullface is going to take advantage of this. He's going to scoop up Leah.
Get my hand axe and the dart.
Yeah, he quickly grabs those through the doors, hides them in his jacket, picks up Leah, and I'm assuming that's a strength check.
I would say instead of a strength check. Oh yeah, to be fair, you're a goblin and she is a dwarf. It's your choice. You can either make a sleight of hand to pick up the items or a strength check to pick her up. I will say you do both, but you can choose which one you roll. And don't forget, you do have your d6.
I'll go for the sleight of hand.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay, and with that, he starts carrying it towards the door. As he opens it, he says, Ang, where's that fucking medic?
I just called for them. They don't believe me.
At this point, he kind of holds up Leah as best he can. He goes, look at this, you fucking morons. You let this prisoner get attacked by these two fuckers in here.
At this point, the Watchmaster kind of pushes forward a little bit to Inspector. He looks genuinely surprised by this. And then he rounds on this guard here. What on earth have you been doing? I thought I told you to watch them. I had to do. So as he starts trailing off, you notice that the Watchmaster sort of like looks a little confused for a second. He says, "I haven't seen you around here before." And at that point, this guy is going to dash into this direction. So, Ang, Skullface, this guard here, I would like you all to feel free to make an attack of opportunity.
I would love to.
As this guy attempts to run away.
Cool.
Skullface kind of still has his whip in his hand and tries to go for with his whip to go for his legs.
Okay. Roll it for me, please.
Okay, I'll do it with disadvantage because I've still got Leah in one of my arms.
I would say, yeah, I would say you can, because you're holding her, you're going to have to drop her.
Right, very carefully, he basically kind of crouches low to not so much drop her as to lower her down as he whips.
Yeah, I would say that would be disadvantage. So roll me one more time, please. 13. That will not hit, unfortunately. Ang, you want to take a swing at him? So an 18. 18 will hit. It was just a basic strike. Was that correct? Okay. Yeah, you do 5 points of damage. He looks he takes it. You manage to basically, because he isn't actually wearing a helm or anything, you basically manage to give him a strike at the back of the head, and he does look a little bit winded. Lastly, this guard here, he's basically going to give him a good jab with his spear, but will just miss. And this guy is basically legging it down the corridor.
Can I
give
yes. chase?
You absolutely may. I would say at this point, because I never expected us to be doing this kind of thing on this level of map, we're going to make this a skill challenge. Anybody who is giving chase, I would like you to give me a basic description about what you're going to do to try and catch this person. And the idea is that if we get 3 successes, then it is then you win. If you get 2 failures, they escape.
Okay. I just want to bring him down. Armor is heavy, and he's wearing it, right?
Yes, it is.
So if I could get him down, then he'll have to take a lot of time to get up, which, you know, I can just, we can subdue him by that point.
Okay, so what are you trying to do?
I guess tackle him? Not exactly tackle, but maybe just shove him over.
Okay. That would probably be a strength check then.
Can I use athletics, or is that not how this works?
Athletics, no. Athletics is much better. Yeah, sure. A 19, yeah, that's a success. Okay. You basically charge after him, and you tackle him. I would say... Let's see... 18. He manages to... Could you give me a strength check to see if you're able to hold on to him?
Pure strength?
Pure strength. Yeah, with a 15, unfortunately, he's just able to push you off. He is slowed, but he is still running. Ang, what are you doing? While this is going on, by the way, the Watchmaster is yelling at top note for more guards. He's got a little whistle that he's blowing as well. And these two are also following and giving chase. So, Ang, what would you like to do? I see.
You're there.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize I had my mic up. I'm going to do the same, chase after him, and after Courtesy fails to hold him down, I'm going to tackle him.
Okay.
We've just turned into a rugby team.
Yeah.
Swings and lions.
Sure thing. Okay, I'd say athletics again. 17. Yes. Okay. You managed to grab hold of him. Now I need a strength check, and he's going to try and contest it. Hey, he got it. You know what? Yeah, you've managed to get him pinned. That he rolled like shit. Okay, well done there.
So did I.
All right, now that he's pinned, I'm gonna help in pinning him down.
Okay. So you've got 2 successes. Yeah, so this is basically your the last roll that you probably need to in order to see whether he escapes or not. What are you going to do? Are you basically just trying to force him down? You trying to intimidate him? What?
I'll try to intimidate him.
Okay. What are you going to do? How are you intimidating him?
I'm going to like crouch right down on his face and be like, "You're outnumbered. There's no way you'd be able to get out of the building."
That's very true. Okay, give me an intimidation.
Aw, come on, me. You were doing well earlier.
I would say, because you were telling the truth, I would allow you to roll that with advantage. And don't forget, there is a D6 that is floating around the group.
Oh yeah, everyone has a D6.
Yeah. Everybody, there is 1 D6 for the group and 1 D6 for Sephi.
Is this important enough for that, though?
That's a good question.
I mean, story related.
I'm okay not using it, but it's up to you guys.
I would say go with it because it gives us even if it's just like a 2, it gives us a bit of an advantage.
Okay. So I guess I'm using it then?
Okay, so roll me a D6 on top of that.
Okay, so this on top of...
You're aiming to beat 15.
Did it show my intimidation roll that I made again for the advantage part?
Yes, you'd... no, actually, you only did...
I thought I rolled that.
Yeah, both 9. Welcome
right.
to Roll20. That kind of happens a lot. So,
1d6?
1d6. 9, 10, 11, 12. Unfortunately, that is not enough. And he is fighting hard against Ang. It looks like he might break away.
Okay,
So, last chance now to hold on to him. Skullface or Ang? Which one do you want to go?
well, I'm on top of him. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna try to punch him in his temple so he passes out. Fuck.
Okay. An
Or would that be
11.
with advantage since I've got him grappled?
That would be with advantage, so that's a 23. For the fun of it, roll damage.
Yeah, I'm punching him in his temple to make him pass out.
Okay, this is what you do. Yeah. He didn't seem too intimidated by courtesy, but he does seem pretty intimidated by the repeated fist going into his face over and over again. And eventually he just like loses consciousness, and the rest of the guards are able to run over, basically separate you. The Watchmaster comes over. We'll just drag him over here just for the fun of it. He basically is taking a look over the guy. I have no idea who this person is. Looks over to... Yeah?
While they're doing that, Skullface quickly slides his thieves' tools through the bars to this guy here and just says, "The house we go from, you nicked him when I wasn't looking, okay?"
All right. Appreciate it. He
goes
pockets them.
Yeah, and he goes back to making it look like he's trying to give Leah first aid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For the moment, nobody's actually checking you. Everybody's a lot more interested in this apparently fake guard. Okay, interesting. The Watchmaster basically turns around and looks to Courtesy and Ang. Thank you. You have done us a service again. We appreciate your assistance in this matter. For the moment, I would appreciate it if you were to keep your mouth shut about this. This is a matter of internal security now, and that's my job. I would like to find out how this individual got in here. He looks to the two guards. Take him to the chamber. And they nod and just start dragging him off. Watchmaster heads back over here. Was there anyone really injured in here? He takes a step inside. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Okay, Skullface is just... He basically just gently taps Leah's side as if to make it look like he's trying to check her.
He's not even...
Basically, he's doing it to signal her to wait, fake waking up like she's been strangled.
He's not even looking at her. He's just looking at, the dead body over here. It's like, basically, he's got his berets off at the moment, and he's just running his fingers through his hair, just like. Then he looks over to this one over here. It's like, what happened to this one?
I believe he is cowering.
Skullface just raises his voice and goes, "Well, when they attack this one, what the fuck do you expect me to do? Stand by and let them just kill her?"
He looks surprised at that and wanders over to you. What do you mean?
I'm saying these two tried to kill her. Look at her neck.
He leans over and inspects the marks around her throat, notices the sheets around the floor. Okay, well, thank you. That looks like you were here just the right time. Well done. Well done indeed. Right, just hold on here a moment. I'm going to try and get some more guards, and we'll have her relocated to a more secure area. I appreciate your assistance. He wanders past here, and he is going to see if he can find some of his associates. So, you find yourselves alone for a very short amount of time. Are you doing anything else?
Skullface very quickly gets out his tinker's tools and starts trying to fix Letitia.
Okay. A moment or two later, a few more guards come past. What are we doing here? With a 20? Okay. I would say with a 20, it would take you a minute or two, but you know that you're going to eventually be able to fix it. The next time you fire it, it should work again. But at that point, two more guards show up. One halfling, one dwarf, both male. And they look around, survey the mess, and they're like, "Oh shit, he wasn't joking." you all alright?
We're fine, but this one got the short end of the stick, so to speak.
They look over at Leia.
Yeah.
Aye,
and
yeah.
Skullface is still kind of cradling her.
It's alright, we'll take care of her. We're gonna put her in one of the private areas, like high security.
She
Of course,
must be
make sure
fucking
Mar-
loving this. With a goblin hiding on here.
Good. Make sure Margot knows what's happening.
Their eyes kind of narrow at that. You do know that in the time that you've been working with the Black Keep and everything, Margot and her particular bunch, they have some sway, but they're not universally liked. These are the main guard, and the idea of them sending on a message to someone like that is not really something they feel like doing. How about you? Look, we'll take care of her. How about you have a chat with her yourself, mate? And they basically lean forward and scoop up Leah.
Skullface is going to go with him to make sure.
Okay. All right then. So we'll say that over the next few minutes, you basically watch them head into the maximum security area of the prisons. There are a lot more guards here, all fairly serious looking, all keeping a very close eye on you. While this is going on, are Ang and Courtesy following? Incidentally, Jurnis, Glorth, I'm sorry. You are part of the story too, honest.
Yeah,
What happens when you
I was
split
coming
the
along
party?
fine.
Okay.
I tell you what, Graz. If he manages to fire that thing off, I'll give you 5 silver. But if he breaks anything, you're paying for it.
Yeah, you can't prove nothing. I'm not encouraging nothing. Okay, this is on you. This is all on you. All right.
Put the candles away, for God's sake.
Someone needs to find me a mouse.
Anyway, back to this particular scene for one moment. So, Ang, Courtesy, are you following Skullface? And
I'm
Leah?
gonna quickly discuss with Aang about what the fake guard said to me, about the priest being across the hall and the watchmaster, taking care of him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just across the hall.
Okay. Then in that case, I would say we'll have to come back to this scene a little later then.
All right.
Meanwhile, all the way over here in the Tarditaro Tavern, Jurnis and Glorth and Graz, you've been enjoying yourselves a nice little drink.
Why do I feel like we're missing out on some shenanigans?
I don't know about you, but I'm almost done with this.
Yes, that's very nice, Glove.
So, for the sake of the people who can't read the small chat and everything, what exactly have you guys been doing over the past hour or so?
Well, Glorf is apparently building a small catapult, and Jurnis and Graz have just been sipping their wine, watching him. Keeping an eye out for this Wogan character.
Well, they said I should keep busy, and they said they gave me this thing they called a puzzle to keep me busy. So I thought, what's the most puzzling thing? And that is building a better mousetrap. So I used a puzzle to build a mousetrap, and then I got some napkins because I need a parachute for the catapult that is going to shoot the mouse right out of the window, and I don't want it to fall too hard, so it has the parachute. And the hardest part is to get the mechanism to get the parachute on the mouse.
I would love to see you try and put a tiny parachute on a mouse, Glove.
Well, it's automatic. I don't have to do it myself.
Beautiful. Okay.
This is the conversation I'm having. My God.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah,
gentlemen-
just take a big-
this is your life, Jurnis.
Oh God, this is my life.
Mhm.
I just imagine her taking a big drink of wine.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a reason that Jurnis is a fully functioning alcoholic.
And this isn't helping.
Mm. So,
Oh dear.
So after a little while, you guys are just watching all the shenanigans going on. Graz has a small side bet about how long it's going to take before this entire contraption explodes. She's got 3 gold on within the hour, by the way.
I'll take that bet.
As you guys are just enjoying yourself, relaxing, you notice a familiar figure walk into the tavern, look around and step over to you. It's the gnome cleric of Agressere that you helped earlier on, the one who was fairly badly stabbed. She steps forward and nods to you all. Where's the rest of your group?
They're dealing with issues in the Black Keep at the moment.
Okay, right. Including the, the other green one, the gentleman.
Yes.
Oh, pity. Give me an insight check, very quick.
I will.
Hmm.
Let's actually roll something!
Yay! A 15. Yeah. Okay, with a 15, you see a little bit of disappointment that Skullface is not here. It seems that this young woman was looking forward to seeing him again. But, oh,
Oh
that's what
my.
happens when you split the party. Anyway. She takes a moment and joins you at the table, and in a low voice she says, we didn't really get we didn't really get much of a proper introduction. My name's Cleus. As I say, I'm one of the Agasseri, and Helga sent me. We got approached by somebody a little while ago. Does the name Wogan mean anything to you?
It sounds familiar. What was it he wanted from you?
I just wanted, I just want to confirm that all of this is correct. You do know he's one of those riders, yeah?
I am aware of it, yes.
Well, I mean, at first I was all ready to bust his teeth in age or no, but Helga, held us back. Turns out she knows him. Apparently he's, as she puts it, one of the good ones. I mean, I don't know about that myself, but, I've always followed her lead.
Well,
Anyway,
he had
the
a
two of them-
conversation with me and didn't attempt to stab me, so I'll assume that's one of the good
That's
ones.
always an improvement, isn't it? She kind of holds her own side and winces a little bit.
Speaking of, how are you doing?
She chuckles to herself. Oh, I'm fine. It's not the first time somebody's tried to stab me. In this line of work, it is what it is. But no, I'm good. But no, the reason I'm here is the boss. Helga wanted me to basically let you guys know that as far as she's concerned, this Wogan's a level, and that any information he has is gonna be legit.
Oh, that's good to hear.
But other than that, just to keep your ears open. He said that he's going to be hiding out for a while. He's not telling me anything, but Helga says that when he's ready to talk, we'll get hold of you and bring you to him.
Of course. I should have known you wouldn't come meet me here. A little bit too public. Very well, shall I go and speak to Helga when the time is right?
No, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's been a long day for all of us. I mean, I definitely need a good night's sleep. I don't know about you lot. She kind of looks a bit confused at the contraption glass building in the corner, just shakes her head and goes back to the conversation.
He's
But
having
yeah.
fun. We don't judge him. Aren't you, Gloth?
It's gonna work.
He's trying to
What
get mice
are
to
you
wear tiny
doing?
parachutes.
I'm sorry, did you just say he's trying to make parachutes for mice?
So, you see, they gave me this puzzle, and I thought about it. The most puzzling thing is a better mousetrap, so I started to build a mousetrap from the puzzle parts, and I figured, how can I get the mouse out of the house without hurting it? So I figured I catapult it out, and then I put a parachute on it before I catapult it out, and then it can sail outside, and then it's going to run away because this was a harrowing experience.
As this is going on, you see her eyes just getting wider and wider.
I'm
And
just
she
gonna
just like,
slide a cup of wine towards her.
oh yeah, she was already reaching forward. She just takes it and she just takes a long draft of it.
I am looking forward to what you've got planned for Salt Marsh.
Oh yeah, she just basically downs it and she's like, right, okay, that was pretty much that. I'm gone. Have fun. And she just leaves.
Nice speaking with you. I'll tell our green friend you're asking after him.
As you say that, as she leaves, she kind of looks a little bit flustered and everything. She looks like she's about to say something, hiccups, because she just downed a lot of wine really fast, and she's just like, and she just leaves. Bright red.
Just gonna toast her with my wine.
Okay. Also, point of order, I was in a bit of a rush there, and I misread my notes. She said her name was Nil Olsen. Nilosen. Cleus is a different character, who, incidentally, as she's leaving, the door opens again, and in walks this older-looking halfling woman, very brightly dressed, various like scarves, fairly like a polka dot dress, very 90s garish kind of fashion, large rings, large curly hair. And she basically calls out to Keith, "Oi, Keith! Chop, chop!" Keith, the dwarven barman, basically you see him rush out behind the bar, and they start whispering for a moment. And he points towards where Glorth, Jurnis, and Graz are sitting. Woman sort of gives you a bit of an appraising look, nods to Keith, and wanders over.
I swear
Right,
I'm painting myself blue after this.
So this woman walks up to you, and she says, "Right, so who's in charge of all this then?"
I suppose it depends on what you mean by all this.
She points to the little construction that Glorth is working on.
I just point
Are
at
you his
Glorth.
manager or something? Okay. She basically turns over to Glorth. I'd like to have a little word with you about what you did to one of my beds.
Okay, which word? I know many words.
I apologize, Creech. Could I get that first line again? I was giggling too much.
Okay, which word?
What did you do to that bed upstairs in your room?
I made it a reclining bed.
Yeah, about that, she gives you a fairly piercing look for a moment, and in a low voice says, "Would you be interested in doing that to a few others?"
Ooh. I love building things. Maybe I can make it even better than that.
Now, how would you make it better exactly?
Well, it's reclining right now. Maybe it should be climbing in the first place. Because you know that the law of causality.
Right. She turns over to Jurnis.
Oh, I have
Listen.
no control over what he does.
Right, okay.
I can
Look.
give him suggestions and point him in a direction. That's about as it.
That's unfortunate. Would you be willing to, have a chat with some friends of mine, give them a few notes about how you actually did that so they could do it themselves?
I'm not that great at talking, but I can show them.
Glorf, would you
that
like to
idea.
sell your reclining bed idea for lots of money?
When you say that, the moment you say that, her face just darkens a little and she gives you a look. All right, so you are his manager then. Okay.
Well,
Okay, then. She takes one of the chairs, flips it around, and she kind of straddles it. Basically, she does the Riker maneuver, and she just is giving you the okay, let's do business look. At this point as well, you don't see her, but you just feel Graz is right by your arm, smelling money. I guess introductions are in order. My name's Professor Cleus. I'm the owner of this establishment and a couple of others in the city. And I'd be very interested in acquiring the right to improve some of our facilities. Your little friend there has apparently a bit of a knack. And I don't believe in letting good talent go to waste. So, what kind of numbers are we talking for an exclusive right to his design?
I like pie. That's a good number.
We can get you some pie, no problem.
Yeah.
And then she grins to herself, and she snaps her fingers. Keith suddenly runs over with a couple of bits of paper, and she just starts scratching out some things and adding others.
Glorf, how much did it cost you to make the changes to that bed? Taking in materials and such.
Well, there was a bunch of stuff in the cabinet up there. That's empty now. And I used, I want to say, a quarter of my tinker's stuff. And 45 minutes.
You did that in 45 minutes. She looks genuinely surprised at that.
He's very industrious.
I can see that. Yeah, you do well in the forge, my friend.
No, I'm not a forger.
I'm legit struggling to try and put a monetary value on this.
I would say, if you want to actually help growth out here, give me either what would this be? Like a history, an insight, or an intelligence?
Probably a straight intelligence to gauge how much his service would be.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you've already burned your group D6, so... But yeah, with a 21. Yeah. I would
Also
say...
Jurnis is smirked.
Jurnis is smirked. Okay, so I would say at this point you would know that for an exclusive deal, a baseline of 1,000 gold, plus, if you're really smart, the ability to get some residual profits from any future products that he makes would be nice. Whether or not you're going to be able to dictate those terms to the professor here is something altogether different.
Okay. Well, I'll lay that out as an option and gauge her reaction.
Her eyes narrow a little, and she kind of cracks her fingers a little. She's like, okay, right, you're no spring chicken, are you? All right, you know what you're doing. Good, good, good. All right, this is going to be interesting.
No, she's a tiefling.
As you can
Yes,
see, my friend's attention span is very short, and it does require some motivation to keep him focused. Hello, Mommy.
Oh, you're okay.
All right.
Any movement?
No, she conked out.
Aw.
She walked her shit over.
Yep.
She play away from that.
Nah, finished her track and just kind of killed over.
You all good?
That's it.
Hang on.
We'll just wait a moment for Jurnis because they have baby stuff to take care of. Okay, so I would say,
Okay.
yeah. It's all good. Yeah, we heard. It's all good. I would say that this is going to be persuasion on both sides.
Hey, while we're with the other group, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Have
Good
fun.
idea.
Make sure you wash your hands.
I won't fall in.
22. Okay, that is interesting. Let's see. And she's gonna roll. Okay, yeah. I would say she is a little unwilling at first, but you would be able to How long are you going to try and push this negotiation?
Is she agreeing to the original price I've laid out, or is she?
She's not readily agreeing. It's like you are making good points, but she is basically trying to wear you down as much as she can. But you are basically, she's offering this, that.
Remind me real quick, what was it was 1,000 gold flat and residuals?
Yeah, the potential for residuals. Let's say 1% for every unit sold, or 2,000 gold flat, and we'll call it a deal.
Is that what she's offering?
Yeah.
What do you think, Graz?
Out of nowhere, by the way, Graz just has these little spectacles that she's put on to make herself look more official, and she's got this little notebook, and she's just like making little notes. When you look over her shoulder, you see they're just squiggly lines. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a fairly good short-term deal, but considering how lucrative, this new market might be and everything, I think if we were to say goodbye to any residuals, 3,000 would be fair. Her eyes now at that.
Well, I do like the idea of getting a little bit of passive income.
I would like to note at this point that the background cloth has the entire time silently going 3.141592657358979.
Just be glad he's not the one quoting the numbers. Tell you what, how about 900 flat and 5% on each sale?
The halfling leans forward with a large, slightly calloused hand and grabs yours. You got yourself a deal.
All right then.
All right. Keith? Keith scurries back over and he has a small lockbox. Pay the lady 900.
Sorry to interrupt real fast. I have to go get my car real fast, but I will be back.
Okay.
Not a problem, I say. So, I would say that yes, Jurnis. Well, Graz sort of like eyes it for a moment, and then she's like, I mean, if you want to keep out of it, I trust you, Ed. Licks her lips a little bit surreptitiously, but like a nervous reaction to the gold. But yeah, you basically can add 900 gold to your inventory.
Can I do something right quick?
Absolutely, yeah.
I would like, I don't know what I have to roll for that, but I would like to accidentally confuse him while paying us out, because Gloth still keeps going, 06, 0422, 927, 70167.
I'd say performance. I'd say performance. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I love Glorth so much.
Yeah, I would say, you know what, just for the fun of it, give me... Yeah. Glorth, roll me a D100. Roll me a D100. 21. Okay. Jurnis, you can add 921 gold to the group's funds. Well done,
Yes,
Glorth.
the group's funds. Yes.
The groups, yes, of course. Well played.
I think we have a good deal. Gloth, would you be a darling and show them how you made your wonderful reclining bed?
0642. Oh, okay. I'll lost track now. I'll start over on the way. 3.141592653.
So, for the sake of all of our sanity, would Gloth be able to actually communicate the designs and everything, how he's actually done this?
I think if they give him the parts and an example bed, he could just do it over and they could learn by observing.
Okay. I would say that she's going to... Kael's going to call over one of her employees. Basically, you see this... basically, it's another gnome. He's got the typical long beard and mustache. The professor's basically going to call him over, and him and Keith are going to follow Glorth up to the room. And over the next hour or so, he's going to be taking notes about the process and everything, and is eventually going to, break through the madness of this Glorth and get the relevant information.
Gosh.
While that is going on,
I honestly can't wait to see what creature comes up with salt marsh.
Out of curiosity, I've actually not heard anything about creatures' ideas yet. Can we get a sneak peek?
I don't have anything solid yet. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, that's all good.
It's gonna be an octopus, isn't it?
I mean, I'm playing a seagull, so that's gonna be a weird one.
An octopus, a seagull, and a snarky shanty.
That's going to be off the freaking walls, that one. Anyway,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Voarcel, Professor Cleus, she's basically going to sit herself next to Jurnis and Graz, going to help herself to a bottle of your wine, and take a swig, and she's going to cast a glance over the place. So, I hear that you have a certain, shall we say, skill set?
Yeah, it depends on what skill you need. I can
Oh.
sing you a song if that's what you want.
Her eyes sort of light up at that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is actually something that we provide. As I say, my name's Professor Claes. I kind of run the Bard's College here.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Indeed. Yeah, so you consider yourself a performer, Miss Springsinger, was it?
Yes. No official education, but I did have a tutor of sorts.
Oh, tell me, what kind of work do you do?
Songs, instruments, group performances, solo performances, the usual.
Oh. Oh, that's very interesting. Would you be interested in taking your education to the next level?
Now that does
We're
sound
always
interesting.
looking for. Yeah, we're always looking for skilled, performers. I mean, if you look around, most of the people here are students anyway. She points to the various, bar staff and the people cleaning tables. And you do notice, aside from Keith, they do, for the most part, seem to be in the late teens, early 20s era. And you did notice, like, basically, how do I describe this? You basically get kind of the vibe that a lot of them would rather be on stage doing something else. Basically, it's like an LA bar. Everyone's a scriptwriter or something.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have been a free roaming bar for quite some time. No real sense of settling in at the moment, but I wouldn't say no to a few tips, tricks, a few extra lessons.
I mean, if all this works out well for us, we're definitely open to figuring something out. She looks over at Graz for a moment and then back to you. Of course, I've also heard some other things about you. Not just a pretty face and a pretty singer, are you?
Well, it depends on where you're hearing rumors from, to be honest.
One of the good things about being as connected as I am is you hear a lot of different things. Admittedly, some of them conflicting, but what I hear is that you're a woman who's willing to get the job done, whatever that job might be.
I'm just going to set my glass down and just kind of lean back in the chair. Why do I feel like there's a job offer coming?
Welcome to Cuswell Grimlove. There's always a job offer.
Well, I'm willing to listen, can't make any guarantees just yet.
See, some of my personal property's gone missing of late. Which is, in a city like this, you've got, people who take a little dip, a little dive here and there. Breaking into people's houses is just a fact of life. Some things just happen. But when it's someone, how do I put this? When it's someone doing it to me, oh, that's a bit of a concern. How do I put this? I've got friends in various places, my dear, and some of them are good places. Some of them can get you where you want to go. Some of them are more to the ground, salt of the earth kind of people. I like to make friends, you know what I mean? And the fact that somebody had the nerve to steal from me, well, concerning.
So I'm just going to lean forward and say very quietly, so you're saying you are supposed to be having protection from the underground, but someone ignored that?
Somebody's not playing by the rules, that's for sure. Now, either it's a newcomer who doesn't understand how things work around here, in which case we'll probably find them and well, I'll probably get my stuff back, let's put it that way. But the alternative is somebody is trying to send a message. And I don't know, and I'm a woman who likes to know things. I like to make friends with as many people as I can. be the person who introduces people to each other. I like to connect people. I like everything to be running a certain way, you know? I want us all to be friends, right? And I like to know what's going on. I can't help people if I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I suppose that's a fair way of saying things. Have you had any ideas, theories?
There is one. You see,
Please don't say the riders, for the god's sake.
do you actually say that out loud?
A little bit.
Yeah. She chuckles to herself. Oh, those idiots outside the wall, I couldn't care less about them. They're not my problem. No. This is something a little more recent than the riders. About a month or two ago, I started hearing a little whisper about freelancer coming into town. Oh, I had some friends try and make some connections, but couldn't make a sight nor sound of her. And every single time I've been trying to, get in touch with this individual.
It's fucking urgent.
Let me do the setup first.
Sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, basically over the next minute or so, she basically explains that several people of influence in the city have had their homes broken into and had various very valuable items go missing. A lot of them have not been willing to actually explain what the items were. Which to her basically indicates that this is something of value.
Butt plugs.
Possibly, you never know. But yeah.
Butt plugs.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, they basically they all seem to have happened round about the time that this individual came into town. What little she knows about this individual is that she's an elf of some description. She's female, fairly skinny, and whenever she has sent professionals to have a chat with her, they have not returned.
Sounds like a dangerous individual.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to, be good-natured about this and all, but when, somebody starts causing trouble on your patch and everything, it gets to a point where you just feel like you've got to, as a member of the community, try and step up and do something to help out,
And are you looking for information? Her alive or her dead?
Well, as I say, I prefer to make friends, so at the very least, if you could find a way of getting in touch with this individual and arrange a meeting or so we can, find a way of, bringing her into the family, help her out a little, or at the very least, find out who she's connected to. Because I will tell you this, she's connected to somebody, because there's no way that one person is able to run rings around me and my network the way she has. She looks over to Graz and you. I mean, not that I'm saying I have a network or anything.
Oh, just friends, yes.
Exactly.
We all do like having our friends. Well, I must say, it's intriguing offer. I'll keep my ear out, but I can't guarantee anything. I have very little connections in this town as of yet.
Yeah, so I've heard. You're kind of new in town and all, but, well, there is something that I've heard that might give you a certain advantage. a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend mentioned that about 6 months ago, you were doing some jobs for them up in a little town called Dalig. At this point, you notice that Graz stops fake writing and is like holding her breath. Well, my friend of a friend of a friend of a friend described this individual and some of her cohorts, and you two seem to fit the bill. Now, I'm not saying that you're working with her now, obviously, darling. I'm not an idiot. But
Jurnis
if
just
you
kind
have
of
any
rub her
information-
face and go, "Oh, I'm going to kill the bitch." I do one job with her, and suddenly she goes and makes enemies of the entire goddamn continent.
The professor actually chuckles at that. Yeah, I'm starting to get that impression. She doesn't seem to work well with others.
I'm starting to think she just wanted me in that job for a fucking scapegoat. Are you
I am
getting that
very
impression
sorry.
too, Graz?
I am very sorry, Jurnis. You kind of cut out there.
Basically, I'm hamming this up now and turning to Graz. I'm starting to think she hired me just to be a scapegoat.
Give me a performance check, just for the sake of it. Why not?
Where's my fucking girls? Don't fail me now, bard skills.
14. Okay, her eyes narrow a little bit, and she's like, "Oh yeah. I mean, I see right through you, but still, you got some skill there. You know, on the rubes and everything, yeah, I think you'll do well. But,
Well, what can I say? Things were rough growing up. I had to learn how to play nice. But seriously though, if I see that bitch, I'll probably throttle her.
Interesting, okay. But again, all I want is a meeting. I just want to have her introduce herself so she can make herself useful. That's all.
It was
And
this
hopefully
bar
return.
that she slipped the note to me, right?
Yes, it was the same tavern.
Well, how about I give you this for free? I think she's keeping an eye on this tavern at the very least.
Her expression remains immobile. And why would you say that?
Let's just say she stole something from me as well. I want that back. And she seemed a little surprised that I was around and slipped me a note. She doesn't want me here. I think I'll disappoint her.
She smiles at that. Well, okay. It seems that we've got a deal then. Again, she puts her hand forward.
As I say, I can give you no guarantees, but I'll keep my ear open. I'll shake the hand.
Okay. She shakes your hand. Again, dry, calloused fingers.
I'm guessing
very
Graz
strong.
knows me enough at this point to know that I'm literally just talking up to see what she wants to hear.
Also, apologies. You are really cutting out badly on the Discord. I know that on the recording it's probably going to be perfect,
sorry.
but it's just on my end. I really am having trouble making out what you're saying.
Basically, I assume Graz knows me well enough to know that I'm literally just talking up to what she wants to hear.
Okay, yeah. Graz isn't saying anything ever since the mention of a friend of a friend of a friend. She's been a little bit tense. Right, well, I think I'll leave you to it then. As she's getting up to leave, for the
Before
first
you
time,
go,
Graz...
Just before you go, you mentioned you have a lot of friends around.
That I do, my friend.
Wouldn't happen to know a Dr. Eli Ethel, would you?
She sort of blinks a little bit, surprised. I happen to, yes. What would you want with the good doctor?
Let's just say I have been asked to deliver him something from his wife.
Again, you are cutting out really badly. You were delivering something from who?
His wife.
She raises her eyebrow at that. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. That is interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. Oh.
Fuck!
So he is married. Okay. She thinks to herself for a moment. She's like, "Yeah, I'm aware, Doctor. He's currently visiting us from the Forge itself. He's currently staying over in the Antiquan building, over in the Royal Quarter. Is shacked up with that Von Thane fellow. Oh, you're not from around here. Excuse me. The Antiquan are kind of the big, I suppose, the historical society, if that makes sense, where any kind of, little niche, scientific or natural discovery, they're kind of involved in it. They do a lot of exploration to different parts of the continent and other places, like the Vattenberg Empire and so on. Apparently, the doctor's been here for about a month or so, and a series of lectures on body modification and everything. Not really my business. I mean, look at me, I'm perfect. She basically gives you a twirl in this garish dress, slightly pockmarked skin, dry calloused hands. Yeah. But she carries on. Well, yes, I've met him at one or two social occasions. Have you actually met this individual?
No, I've heard very little about him. As I say, I've
Oh,
been
dear.
paid to deliver something.
She actually chuckles to herself at that. Let me put it to you this way: you're not going to miss him when you see him. I mean, for the originally human, I think he was, not a bad looker. But I don't know about you, darling, but tentacles and crab claws aren't really my thing.
Oh my god, this is my life. No,
This is her chuckling, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, I can arrange an introduction. That shouldn't be a problem.
would greatly appreciate that.
All right. Well, okay then. This has been a most productive conversation, my dear.
I assume you can be reached from here if we need to have a conversation at some point.
Oh, absolutely. As I say, I'm the owner of this establishment and a few others in the area. All you need to do is just have a chat with Keith and everything, and I'll be over lickety-split.
It's been a very lucrative evening so far.
That it has, my friend, that it has. You enjoy yourself and, have a drink on the house for me, all right?
I appreciate that.
She gives you a toothy smile, wanders over to the bar, has a very quick chat with Keith, points in your direction, and then heads out.
What was her name again?
Her name is Professor Cleas, Cleas.
Okay.
Mm.
Braz,
Apparently the leader of the Bards College.
Oh yeah, I should actually make a note of that. Graz, I swear to God, I'm going to wring that skinny little elf's neck.
Oh, you and me both. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not worried about her. It's more the, she points to, where Cleas left. More the friend of a friend.
I honestly have no idea who that could have been. It could be anyone. It could have been the guard we got the contract from. It could have been the Siren's Quarter person. Could have been your friend the Bugbear.
Well, I hope not, because they're dead, remember? I'm supposed to be the last surviving member of the flipping cartel from that place. If there's anybody who's survived and has given them a different story than what I have, well, we're fucked.
Well, you did put a bat and dagger through his neck, didn't you?
I mean, you saw what he did to me.
I feel like my life has gotten very complicated recently.
Join the fucking club. She takes a swig of wine.
How hard is it just to travel the country? Play some songs, make some gold, make people happy. Nope! That's not a thing that's going to happen. You take a big drink.
I mean, in all fairness, at least you've now made a contact where you can, sing songs for gold.
That makes sense. I suppose that's true. Also, should we be really concerned that Gloth has been very quiet over the last few minutes? Just kind of lock up to the ceiling.
Graz also joins you looking up. Meanwhile...
Quietly through the ceiling, you hear, doom, 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 doom.
Is Gloth is that fucking thing from Invader Zim?
He's good.
Good, that's his name.
Yeah, I've met the voice actor. He's okay.
Gur is my spirit animal.
Yes. I love that show. You guys seen the movie?
Not
haven't
yet.
yet.
It's on the list.
Let's.
It's on the list. I know, right? I'll try and take care of that soon.
So just
You
gonna,
can come over and watch it.
I know. I really should, actually.
just gonna point out
seriously,
too, throughout that
distance.
entire interaction, Jurnis has been freaking the fuck out. She is getting really uncomfortable with all these connections being tied to her. Luckily, she's a good actor.
Yeah. Never a boring life, is it?
Nope.
So, Glorth, was there anything you wanted to do while you were showing off your creation?
Nothing beyond what would be expected of Gloth. That is to be very lucky that nobody is particularly interested in beating him to death yet.
How many
Okay.
fingers has the other gnome lost?
He's not lost any fingers. He does look a little bit like he's been through the ringer when he eventually wanders back downstairs with Glorth and the other person in tow. Oh, bear with us one moment, please.
Sorry. Well done, Gloth.
Meanwhile,
I'm very
while we're
proud
going
of
down
you.
Gloth is still like 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 0, 4, 1, 4, 6, 7, 5, 8, 7, 6, 8, 7, 2, 7, 6, 6, 6, 0, 3, 4, 8, 9, 1, 9.
Gloth, have some pie.
6, 2.
Just slide the pie.
Yeah,
towards-
the engineer just like staring straight ahead. He just leaves the building.
I am so sorry.
It's fine. It's what I'm paid for. It's fine. It's fine.
I helped.
I just remembered Duckula, the Rocky Horror parody couple show up, and he's just constantly the guy just constantly repeats pie.
Oh my gosh, I remember that episode. Anyway,
I have
So-
the DVD set.
yeah. While all this is going on,
I'll be back in a
Meanwhile-
sec. The dog's being weird.
not to worry. Back in the Black Keep, Ang and Ang's like I say, Icy has he's currently in the middle of something at the moment. Shall we come back to that later? I would say what was happening over at the Black Keep again. Skullface was making sure that Leah was sequestered in a secure location this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just mentioned the priest was across the hall being quote unquote taken care of.
Okay. I would say in that case then,
Well, you can question him about the missing nun.
yeah. Okay, I would say that you may do that.
Yeah.
All the guards are currently preoccupied, and Skullface is off over here.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna go ask the priest about the missing nun.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Let's go.
Okay. You step inside this particular cell here, this wing. You notice a very irritated, very badly bruised Skotgar is looking around a bit, wondering where the Watchmaster and everybody else has gone, and then he sees you. He takes a step back. Oh, what do you want?
And this is the priest guy, right? Just making sure.
Yeah, this is the
Awesome.
Yes.
And what's the nun lady's name? Dorith?
Dorit.
Dorit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to ask you about Dorit.
He looks... Give me a perception check.
Awesome. I can look at things. Nope, that's not right. Let me look at things.
14. Hard to say. He looks a little bit... He's definitely not meeting your gaze.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's just like looking at the ground, and he says, what do you want to know about her?
I'd like to know where she is.
He looks up at you.
I have returned.
Hey, perfect timing, perfect
Help
timing.
me question.
Welcome
Help me
back.
question a dude.
Okay, so quick recap. You're currently you're still in the Black Keep. Skullface has just wandered off with Leah. The guards have wandered off with him. The Watchmaster is in the other direction. They're trying to interview the fake guard, and you two are alone with Stuttgart.
All right, and he's dwarvish, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, Stuttgart's basically he looks over to Courtesy and he says, "Well, how would I know? I've not got anything to do with that."
Well, you must know something.
What I know is my businesswoman.
Oof. I don't know where to go from here. Should I intimidate him into giving answers? He obviously knows something.
Yeah, I would say give me an insight check. At 17, yeah, okay. With a 17, yeah, the both of you. You do get the impression he does have some information, but when it comes to actually knowing about Dorit and where she is, he's being genuine. He has no idea about that.
If he doesn't know where she is, he must know something about why she's missing or who took her, even if he doesn't know where she is, so...
Perhaps.
Yeah. Why do I pick suave characters? Okay. You may not know where she is, but you do know something. Tell me.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. You haven't really given him a reason to.
Yeah. Did I roll the second one?
You did, yes, with a 10. With a 10, I would say... He sort of looks to where the two acolytes... This one's actually awake, and near him, the other one's still basically conked out. Look, I came here to spread warning about real danger, about some of the filth that's living in these silly walls.
Filth? What kind of filth?
The dead that walk, and those that will lie with them. Those that have associated themselves with the demons. He points at you. You seen that red one walking around? Horns? Atrocities.
Is he talking about me?
Nice.
He is talking about tieflings.
Rude.
And also
He's
about the
referencing
undead.
me.
Yeah, he referencing Jurnis.
Still rude.
Yeah, he's a rude guy.
Vile creature.
You said that to him?
Yeah.
You call me Val? They're literally spawn of demons. What the fuck is wrong with you? He sort of like catches himself swearing. He's like, look, listen, this city harbors the dead. That is, how can you even live like this?
What is this society's view on the dead? Because I've played some campaigns where walking dead people are just absolutely fine.
Yeah, basically, as someone who's been living in the region for a couple of years now, you're more than aware of the fact that Cusvel Grim is one of the few sanctuary cities in the region for the what are referred to as the free undead. The majority of undead out there are, by and large, your typical zombies and this, that, and the other. But every now and then you do have the individual who, for whatever reason, has been able to keep hold of their own will, their memories. They know who they are, what they were. And Cusvel Grim especially is packed with the free undead.
All right.
Most of them are relegated to the Grey Quarter, which is to the west of the city. They don't really go out or interact with the rest of the city for, well, obvious reasons. But they keep to themselves and they do their best to be left alone. And individuals such as this fine fellow come to the city and cities like this in an effort to wake people up to the reality of the situation that, holy shit, there's fucking undead, you need to burn them.
Well, the only vile creature I've seen around here is you and the people that follow the filth that you spew.
Okay, way to make friends.
I don't like this guy.
Oh no, he is a piece of shit. Yeah, he just basically, just steps back over here and folds his hands. I don't have anything to say to you.
Cool. I guess I'm bad cop in this situation.
You're lucky skull faces are there.
I'm just.
Good
I'm
cop,
just trying to
bad
think of
cop,
what to
and
say because-
liability.
This
He
is what
probably-
happens when you split the party.
Good stuff. Only good things.
Trying to think of what to say because I'm aligned to a lawful. Fuck, what's my alignment?
On
Well,
a shit game.
Coo, lie to him. Pretend he's gonna get hanged for the disappearance of this woman.
Caw, that's a really good idea.
Especially with what I've been saying.
I would say just give me the two of you again. Just give me a basic intelligence check to check on your situal awareness.
Straight up intelligence.
Yeah, you know what I want. I say.
Oh no.
RFWP?
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're not going to take any damage or anything from thinking too hard. It's all good.
You just get distracted.
Yeah.
Just see little wisps of smoke coming out of my ears.
You
And
thought you
sounded
saw
gears
a mouse.
grinding.
You thought you saw a mouse and your feline instincts almost kicked in.
But no, it turned out it was just a rogue potato.
Can I use the "you're gonna be hanged" idea?
Feel free.
If you got a mouse, I have a trap that I can offer.
Now, Glow.
Actually, yeah, I can work off that. Go ahead. Because Aang hasn't been in the city that long, so he doesn't really know everything yet. So he's got to kind of take certain things.
We do know
at
about
face
the
value.
acid pit.
That I do.
Acid pit.
Oh yeah, for clarification, basically when they were first brought into the city, the main council chamber, in the middle of it, there's basically a cage where they interview people. And there are these little holes in the side for drainage, and Gloth and the group basically realized this is also doubling as an execution chamber.
Oh, so it's how you execute people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So, I'm just glad you won't be long for this world.
What the hell are you on about?
Oh.
You threatening me?
Oh, no, I'm simply thankful that for once the law seems to be taking the right actions.
The hell are you talking about? Watchmaster just said that he was working on a pardon.
And you believed it?
Give me... Aang, are you doing anything to help her?
Not yet. She's
In
still
that
playing
case-
bad cop.
Yeah, in that case, I would say, again, persuasion potentially with disadvantage, because he's just had the head of security here say everything's fine.
With a
He does-
disadvantage?
Yeah, oh, you don't even...
And
well,
that's a nat 1.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
deception instead of persuasion?
yeah, you know what? Because I'm kind, yes, that would actually be deception. So give me a 2 deception rolls. Okay. Let's see if he is smart enough to
Don't be
figure
smart. Don't be smart.
this out. I mean, he is a priest and he does have a +3 to his wisdom, so...
But he's also a closed-minded bigot.
You know what? Remember when we said that there was going to be a D4 penalty?
Yes.
Congratulations. Okay, at first he doesn't look like he believes you in anything, but then there's like the paranoia starts to set in, and he's like, lying little shit. Look, I am a visiting dignitary. I am not from this city. You do not have the right to do that.
You think they wouldn't lie to the likes of you? Scum of the earth.
Shit. He's torn between really fucking hating you and starting to get really worried.
Yeah, it's at this point, Aang kind of pushes her aside and is like, look, maybe if you give us just a little bit more information, we can talk to him and make sure you don't find yourself at the end of that noose.
You think it's gonna be a noose?
Noose, acid melting.
His eyes are fucking
I'm
wide.
just trying to save his life.
Yeah. It's like, I had nothing to do with this. This was not my fault. I just came here to spread the word and everything. I can't help who's been listening.
Well,
And
if
hey,
you have nothing to give us.
Look, I believe you. Okay?
But my partner here.
No,
Oh my
No.
gosh.
my partner here is just a little skeptic. You know how it is. You
If
live
you
long
have-
enough in this city, start getting skeptic about everything. She was skeptic about her breakfast this morning.
Oh, gosh.
Are these real cornflakes or off-brand?
Oh my gosh.
Pull
Okay.
a knife on the waiter
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Now,
He's a
now look,
bird that looks chocolatey.
Now,
Right.
Aang, if there's nothing, there's nothing he knows, then I don't see any point in just leaving him to his fate. If he has nothing to say, there's no reason we should help him.
I would say give me one more persuasion, and this time with advantage because the two of you are working in tandem.
both of us, or
Yeah, both of you. Well, you can either choose. You
I
can-
mean, persuasion is
already
charisma,
rolled.
and that's my worst stat.
Mm.
Well, either
I'll roll.
you can make a roll yourself, or you can help her with advantage.
Okay. With
I would say with the 14, I would say courtesy just about gets it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he because he's at this point he's in self-preservation mode. Look, we were only here to try and spread warning about the dangers in the city. We have no connection to the riders other than what they have thrown upon us. Dory, I barely spoke to the woman. Frankly, I thought she was an idiot serving a deity like that. But that was her mistake, not mine. She was... one or two of the children, the younger ones who were brought to our service, she was sniffing around them. And all I know is that the riders took exception to that. And I was not involved in any of this, but I heard them talking. And they have probably had something to do with this.
All right.
Quick insight, by the way, as he's speaking.
Insight?
Yeah.
Ten's not bad.
8. Yeah.
Eh.
Hard to say. He does seem to be speaking in a very halting, non-committal fashion.
All right. Well,
Come on,
With that-
you,
we'll see what we can do, but I make no promises. I hope the gods have mercy on your soul.
Could ask for
then
names
I
of who
leave.
seemed most insulted.
I was gonna say, did you?
Coo.
What?
You could ask for names of who seemed to be the most.
Ah, dang it! I made this a cool exit too. Reverse
I'm-
that.
I mean, you could leave and show that you're not caring, and I could stay
Awesome.
behind and still be
Yes.
the good cop. Like, look. Okay, look. Just some name. All we need. You must have overheard some names.
He looks to his two acolytes. Like I say, this one's knocked out. This one's nods over to him. I got faith in you, sir. Stuttgart thinks for a moment, and he'll wander forward, and he'll actually eye up this gnome here. And for the first time, you kind of notice she's kind of been sitting up and just like quietly watching this the whole time. Give me a perception. Yeah. Yeah, she's just checking her nails, It's like just bored. There's just this bored gnome woman. She doesn't matter. But yeah, he kind of whispers to you. I've heard they mentioned the name Devon a few times. It's someone who they brought Dorrit to.
All right. Thank you for that. Now look,
Get-
because you did this for us, promise you we'll do all we can. Make sure that you can keep spreading your message. I got you on this. And that's when Aang just walks out.
Okay.
Awesome.
He looks a little surprised at that, but he's like nods and steps back over to his side of the cell. Okay.
Oh my gosh. That was great.
So yeah, you basically have the name Devin.
Is that name that
You
was
have-
mentioned to me last week by Wogan?
Yes.
Oh, things are lining up.
All right.
So
Well, it's
Um,
unfortunate scum like that's getting a pardon, but
again, again, you rolled really low on your insight, but I would say, just for flavour of it, he is a visiting dignitary, and the Watchmaster is a little, political shit. So yeah, he's probably going to make deals to get him out fairly quickly.
It probably would
It's
have
a
been
bad look.
very
He could sit
easy to
doing it.
convince him that a pardon had been arranged and then also an accident had been arranged.
If only you hadn't split the party. But I won't.
No, this whole thing was a speech challenge. I couldn't do shit.
You did fine. You
I
did
have pretty good
fine.
charisma.
They did great, yes.
So.
I literally have like +7 to persuasion. It's my best.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a bard.
To be honest with you, I'm just going to take a look at what my perception is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty certain it's fairly high. My perception is a +4, so
My, intimidation and persuasion and stuff, it's like, I think those are +5s on my part, so yeah.
Like, I literally
I
have
just rolled well.
bonuses for everything except athletics.
I got you covered
Me,
in that.
for me it's charisma. I've got a bugger all in charisma-based stuff.
Jack of all trades.
Yep. Joys of being a bard.
hit, mainly getting hit. For me, it's mainly getting hit and dexterity, Constitution, dexterity, and wisdom.
Jack of all trades, master of none, still better than a master of one.
This is true. Okay then. So,
say it's okay.
as Skullface, as Leah is basically being dropped off into the maximum security, is there anything you're going to do before you're basically sent back on your way?
He's basically just looking through the prison, seeing if he recognizes anyone. Any goblins which he would know very intimately.
I see. I would give me a perception check.
Okay, perception.
18. You have been to this section before, but you recognize. I see. Yeah. I gotcha. I would say that you probably recognize one or two faces, but no one that you're actually looking for. You do know. I would say that you would have been informed by Margot in the past that the majority of the people you're aware of would have been moved to other locations. As for the one particular person, what is that sound?
That was like evil.
Was that a dog or something?
Sound like a dog.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a werewolf. Anyway,
Another one.
Wrong campaign setting.
We're not playing Curse of Strahd.
I know that's Sundays, but yeah, I would say, yeah, you would have been informed that that particular individual has been relocated to the Fourbrider Mansion.
How have you tan yourself up, dog? Jesus Christ.
That is.
Wait, who's been relocated to the Fourbrider Mansion?
You are not a part of this scene. So, you
Sorry,
basically,
I'm
it's okay. It's okay. Was there a doggo?
Yeah, Bailey has a rope toy, and somehow he managed to tie himself up with it.
Oh, lordy.
That explains why he was so angry at it.
Oh, poor thing. But yeah, so you're shown back towards the main prison wing, and basically just as this scene is finishing up, Skullface shows up.
Okay, just gonna walk up to Curtsy and Ang, hand them back the weaponry. Can't best see how those are doing. They're at a tavern.
Okay, so you head back to the tavern.
Yep.
Okay. Do. So you make your way down the main thoroughfare fairly uneventfully. It's pretty dark now. Actually, yeah. At this point, it's been one heck of a day for you guys. It is now fairly late in the evening. I would like you three to give me perception checks, please. 22. Okay.
Perception, you said?
Perception, please.
Perception.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Ang, you're just enjoying the night's breeze. As ever, it's fairly chilly out. But you don't really feel too much in the way of negative effects thanks to the fur and everything. Skullface and Courtesy. It's that time of night, and the ghosts are out again. As you're walking down the street, you see, moving through these side alleys and everything, as more of the regular citizens of the city head home towards the... Okay. You basically see dwarves, gnomes, elves, various stages of, disrepair and everything, float through walls about their own business, not minding anybody, just floating around. This is pretty much the first time you saw this, it was fairly jarring and everything, but this is basically a typical evening in Kozogrim. You eventually make your way to the tavern and open the fairly dour exterior into the more lively and colourful interior. Let's just boop that. Stop playing the spooky music! There we go.
Look, Grass, how was I supposed to know the parachute would work?
So, you guys wonder...
A mice flies past you with a tiny napkin parachute.
Bye, mouse.
Oh my lord.
Do I even want to ask?
Let's just explain it with Gloth.
I'm starting to accept that as an explanation for quite a lot of things.
They gave me a puzzle.
Oh.
Keith, please, for the love of all that's holy, give me whiskey.
No problem, sir. Whiskey coming right up. Keith basically goes behind the bar and he is going to get you a whiskey. So, let's see now. Now that I actually have the correct prices for everything, drinking, let's see, common expenses, food, drink, and lodging. I would say that's gonna be, let's call it 2 silver pieces.
Okay, Skullface hands in 1 gold piece.
Very kind of you, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, another whiskey.
Coming right up, another whiskey. He hands you another whiskey.
Thanks,
So,
Keith.
I take it this means things didn't go as well as you'd hoped.
Well, luckily we managed to keep the girl somewhere safe, but bastards somehow got into the keep.
Are you intending to finish that sentence or make me guess?
Basically, one of them snuck in disguised as a guard. Two of the ones we brought in yesterday tried to kill her. We saved her. That's about it.
While you were gone, Aang and I were able to get the name of perhaps the person who might have kidnapped our dear nun. Devin. Yeah, Devin.
Josie kind of rubs her face. So, the leader of the Riders wanted her kidnapped. Oh, this got very complicated very quickly.
Well, for what it's worth, if we can prove that Doris' disappearance is connected to him, we might have a little bit of backup.
We had the confession of the priest, but
It may have been obtained in a less than honorable way.
oh god, did you break his legs?
No, I just convinced him he was going to be sentenced to death.
That's one way to do it, yes.
Yes, people are much more talkative when they feel their life is on the line.
Jurnis just kind of looks at Aang.
Okay.
I know how that
Skullface.
feels.
Skullface kind of inches his mask up so he can take a sip of his drink.
Is there any chance I could have a little perception to see if I can spot out of the corner of my eye what's under that mask? You know, because
Sure, why not?
Probably not.
Ang, give me a... Oh, sorry, not Ang. Oh, my gosh. Skullface, give me a... What would you say? Deception, sleight of hand?
I wouldn't say anything. He's not really bothered. He just wants a drink at this point.
Yeah, I would say with a 13, no.
Okay. Shadows cast by the mask.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's a goblin.
The ears kind of
And
give it away.
you've seen a little bit of his hair on the occasion he's taken his hat off for the nuns and other occasions. But other than that, he doesn't remind you of any particular goblin that you've met before.
Okay. So, quick question: how much is that whiskey?
The whiskey is 2 silver pieces.
Okay. I'm gonna slide a gold over to Keith and say it'll keep him going for a little bit.
Not a problem, ma'am. Let me get that taken care of. He realizes. Oh wait! Oh no! It's on you, on the house, love. And he passes it back over. Word from the boss.
Thank you, Keith.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Just gonna turn to the rest. I made friends while I was waiting.
Clearly.
Skullface at this point is lit up a cigar and he's having a quick drag on it.
I made a friend once, but his engine burned out.
I don't think that's
what?
quite what she means, Glove.
I'm just saying, gotta be careful with the engine.
Sometimes I would love
Believe
to know
me.
what goes on in that mind.
I don't think I'd want to.
Anyway,
Skullface kind of chuckles in a knowing way. I think I know what he's getting at.
so what we have right now is we have a missing nun, some pissed off raiders or riders, and the leader of who has apparently kidnapped the nun. The only way we have of getting to the leader of the riders is by helping out one of the older riders get out of town, along with his granddaughter, who we subsequently beat up and threw in jail. Did I miss anything?
She is now in a higher security prison than last time.
Oh, good.
Look, I've had a word with someone I know on the inside. She's going to be safe while she's there. If who I know who has the influence can work out a few deals, we can get her out. Don't worry about it. Like I say, someone I know and trust.
All right. And you wouldn't happen to have a turnaround time for this? Not pressuring, just asking.
Believe me, Margot will do what she can.
All right. In the meantime, you mentioned you had some connections to get me. I was just saying, free to use my talents.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch any of that.
Yeah, all of that cut out, I'm afraid, Nicola.
Yeah.
She's reminding him that he said he had connections to get her a magic license.
No, you cut out again.
Oh, goddammit.
Yeah.
Jurnis want magic.
You wanted the license. You wanted a magical license.
Yes.
Look, I don't know anything about magical licenses, but to be honest, you're better off going to speaking to someone up at the Verdensstad or something. I don't do magic. My stuff's mechanical. I have a little grenade I gave you before.
Yes, I didn't realize what that was at the time. And now I'm terrified to ask. But wait, it was Skullface who dropped a hint saying he could help me with that, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah. You said you had a way to help me with this. Or was that just
In all fairness,
something to get me to follow you at the time?
To just make a point of order there, you do know that Margot and various other people from your old life would be they would be able to have a fake document made more than easily. It just require another favor.
Does Jurnis know how much of a bureaucratic nightmare it would be to get an actual one?
Since you've been, I would say this, you have been living in the Forgelands for about, at very least 6 months, close to a year at this point. The more that you spend in the cities, dwarves like their rules. They're bureaucratic assholes, and especially magic itself, even where you're from, magic in general is something a lot of people are a bit wary about and is very heavily regulated.
Look, were you willing to, if you're willing to do a favour, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, goody, more favours.
Look, it's just how the system works with the cartel, okay? I don't make the rules. I just had to live by them when I was running with them. I wanted to get out. I just didn't want to keep owing favours to people.
I suppose that makes sense.
I had other reasons, but...
No, I'm not going to pry.
Look, it's the three of you are staying here, right?
That's the intention, if Glorf hasn't destroyed all the beds.
And Logan, no... Well, Logan,
Improv.
if he knew you lot were here, then I'm pretty certain the other riders would know.
Yes, well... I'm not going to be dumb enough to sleep with to keep an eye open.
Skullface looks to Ang and to Courtesy. I suppose you two might as well keep us all together. I don't know if you've got anywhere to stay, Rock. He says that to Ang.
Sorry, say
I
again.
was going to say, does Ang have somewhere to stay?
It does not. It do not.
Look, I've got some spare rooms in my place. You can all stay there if you want.
It's
You're very kind.
mighty generous of you.
All I
Do
ask
I have
is
somewhere
you-
to stay? I've been here a while, so
You actually do. Yes, you do have a
Awesome.
small apartment in the. Basically, it's in the shambles roundabout here.
awesome.
Originally, you were sponsored by the family, but over the past few months, they've kind of not been helping you out as much.
I don't care.
Hmm.
Look, might as well keep us all together. It's safer. So, as long as none of
Alright.
you go in the rooms on, you don't go out my workshop area, and you don't go in any of the rooms on the first floor. Anywhere else apart from the attic, you're fine.
Why, thank you.
Okay, Skullface just finishes his whiskey at that point, finishes the cigar and in the ashtray.
Okay. So, is everyone leaving?
I
Yep.
suppose we are.
Okay. So, as you guys head out, I would like perception checks from everybody, and hopefully, Roll20 is not going to shit the bed with the music again.
Oh, come on.
Nah, oh, come on.
Jurnis has been
Finally, a decent
drinking.
roll.
So, the guy whose entire thing is being perceptive got a 9, so I wouldn't worry about it.
I have 4.
I am doing awesome.
You guys
You
hate
are.
me tonight for some reason.
I would say that, well, first of all, again, aside from the 3 wardens from the keep, you guys have already noticed the ghosts moving around the memorial gardens and everything. So you don't actually consider pointing it out to everybody else because it's like, oh, yeah, ghosts are there. Yeah, whatever. So Jurnis and Glorth and Graz would not actually have noticed them. But I would say courtesy, you do notice as you guys are heading down the road, kind of like from this direction here, you notice an older gentleman with a cane. Seems to be checking his pocket watch or something, but every now and then he's looking up at you through darkened glasses, which looks a bit weird because A, it's almost midnight, and B, not many people are out on the streets at night.
I just kind of quietly to the group. I do believe we're being watched.
Of course we are.
Is he someone we recognise?
Is he someone we recognize?
Yeah, with a 14, would I have
Jurnis
seen
and
him?
Glorth would
With
recognise.
with 14, no, you would not have seen him. But now that you're pointing, I would say this would be back here. I would say Miss Courtesy. Yeah, okay. Now that everybody's looking at him, Jurnis and Glorth recognise him as the individual who was speaking with Kay from the August Sanctum.
Oh, he looks familiar.
Hi, mister.
He sort of, let's see what he does. Yeah, he doesn't exactly jump. He kind of stiffens a bit, then gives you a fairly toothy smile and starts walking towards you.
Ah, my friend.
Would Skullface know of him?
Give me, I would say, yeah, all of you guys who have been in the city for a while, give me a history check.
I can't remember this guy's name.
Jasper.
Did you say history?
History, yes.
Awesome.
Jasper something Smythe.
Okay. I'd say Skullface, you've probably seen him around, but I mean, for you, like, most humans look the same, even though there's not many in the city. Courtesy with a 16, yeah, you've seen him about. He's usually seen accompanying one of the other members of the plenum, purple-skinned tiefling. You're not too sure what their business is and everything, because it's not really your department. But let me just boop. So this gentleman is going to walk up towards you, and for
That is
whatever
a
reason,
sinister man.
yeah, roll 20. I don't know. I'm glad it's loading for you, but for me, it's not loading any of the flipping images.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mr. Unabomber.
I was saying lounge singer.
Oh,
Son of a bitch. Okay. So this older gentleman in his mid to late 60s with a cane.
It's like Chief Weasel from the Terry Jones version of Wind in the Willows.
You know what? Sure, yeah. Similar, very similar. I was actually going for a flipping Terry Thomas, but okay, sure.
Oh no, it's very similar actors if you remember that film.
That is true, actually. Yeah, it's been a while. But anyway, I say hello. Hope I didn't spook you all.
Mr. Smythe, you seem to be out rather late this evening.
Oh, just enjoying a little midnight stroll, as I see the rest of you are. I was just wanting to let you know your associate, Mr. Treguran.
Kay.
Yes, Kalius. Charming fellow. I've been having a fascinating chat with him and all. I just wanted to let you know he's been fitting in very well with the college and everything. And, well, I just wanted to let you know that everything was fine and, not to worry too much. He did say that you've only met each other recently, but you shared a fairly traumatic experience and all, and I wanted to be sure that, you were brought up to speed on everything.
Well, I'm glad he finally found what he was looking for. I hope he'll excel in your extracurricular activities.
Well, as long as he's excelling in his curricular activities, then his extracurricular activities are his own business. He mentioned some interesting things. I thought I might bring up with you, madam, if I might have a moment of your time. He basically looks to you, Jurnis, and gives you a very innocent smile.
All right. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, come in guns blazing.
He gives you this very toothy grin, and he doesn't lead you down a back alley or anything. He just...
I've got to stop following old men down alleys. Jesus.
You just got one of those... No. Oh, my gosh. Moving on. He...
No. Bad Dennis.
He just like... Yeah. So just wanders pretty much over here to this side of the road. You guys are basically on this side here. He, in a low voice, says, "Tell me, my dear, when he was mentioning the attack on Gaelic, apparently, well, he seems to be under the impression that, well, I won't say what he thought was happening because, I mean, it's ridiculous, but he seemed to mention that they were looking for someone in particular. Would you happen to know anything about this individual?"
Are you looking for them as well?
He thinks to himself for a moment or two, and He just gives you the friendliest smile he can muster.
Darling, you've already determined I'm trustworthy.
Again, I'm so sorry, Nick, that you really are cutting out a lot. He's already determined what?
He's already determined that I'm trustworthy, basically implying I haven't told anybody what he actually is.
Oh, my dear darling, everybody knows it's no secret about that. But no, I see what you're saying. Well, my dear, I suppose all I really want to know is what your personal interest in this individual is. I know that you've been tasked with something, but what do you wish to do with this individual? He gives you a very shrewd look.
For the moment, I need to find her.
Why?
She's stolen a few things from me, left my name behind, and now people who are after her see me as a way of getting to her. I'm not happy about that.
I see, yes. That is a pickle. I understand now. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yes, she's put a rather large target on my back, and I'm not entirely happy about that.
He gives a bit of a grumpy nod. I do not blame you, my dear. I'm very sorry about that. That is quite unfortunate. And I wouldn't blame you for wanting to have a little conversation with this individual. How do I put this? Let us say, for example, in theory, if you were to have a meeting with this young lady, what exactly would you like the outcome of this meeting to be?
That would probably depend entirely upon her.
From the description that I have been given of this individual, she does seem to be the sort to be a little impulsive and to do things without really thinking them through. Certainly not the sort of behavior I would encourage, I assure you. But yes. This is most concerning. Give me an insight check.
I'm racking my brains trying to remember if Aja ever mentioned the August Sanctum. Oh, come on, Jurnis!
I'm afraid you know what I want. Oh, okay. I can't. I'm going to put that in my back pocket for later. Okay.
Oh, no.
He thinks to himself for a little while. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll keep my ear to the ground and see if I can hear anything for you. And if you happen to hear anything more, anybody who's looking for her or anything like that, other than the individuals that Kay mentioned, just let me know. I'd appreciate that. In return...
May I ask why? It seems a lot of people are looking out for this individual.
Yes. She does seem to leave an impression wherever she goes, doesn't she? I would say, considering the fact that so many are looking to you as a point of contact, at this point, ignorance is bliss. Wouldn't you agree?
Protect your own interests, I can understand that.
I appreciate your understanding, my dear. This is a most unfortunate situation, and I do apologize that you've been put into this. I give you my word that I'll be doing what I can to clean up this mess as best I can. It is what I do, after all.
Has the August Sanctum been contacted about her activities in an official, like, doing the air quotes capacity?
He chuckles to himself. No. Well, actually, now I say that, I do know that your new friend, he points back towards the tavern, has been a little frustrated with her, but no, nothing like that. And if a contract were to be made against her, well, I would deal with that myself. He gives you a toothy grin. Rest assured that I will take that in hand.
So I take it we have a mutual friend then? Or we just glance back at the tavern.
Oh, I think we have several, my dear. He gives you a toothy grin.
Yeah. Glad to know I have you at least on the favourable acquaintance list.
He gives you a most sincere bow, and a genuine pleasure to meet you in less dire circumstances. Kay told me about your interview and everything. Frankly, they're a bunch of savages up in that castle, but, dwarves.
Yes.
Anyways, I appreciate your candor. I might be in touch in the near future, but for the meantime, I hope you have yourselves a very good night. He gives you a sincere bow, and he is going to slip into the shadows. Not limping, of course.
Good night, Mr. Adams.
Good night.
Head back and look down at Graz. Everybody apparently knows everybody in this town.
Well, you know what they say, Red. It's not what you know, it's who you know. She still looks, I will say, she still looks a little bit on edge since that conversation with the professor.
Hopefully, I've got my tail in the door for a few nice contacts, but we'll see how that goes. We just have to play our cards very carefully. I'm saying this just to Graz too, by the way.
Give me a basics. As you guys are walking along, give me a stealth check so nobody else can hear.
We see Jurnis now shouting this to the street.
Wait, you want stealth checks?
No,
just from Jurnis. She is keeping this to herself. Okay. 19.
Awesome.
I'll be kind. I'll say that 19 beats it. So, yeah. So, Skullface, you are taking them home.
I still don't trust these three. They were sent to hunt me down.
Well, I'm not sure we established where exactly his home is within the city.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be somewhere in this area. This is kind of like the general region where tinkerers and various markets are. So basically somewhere between like the Royal Quarter and Orway, that kind of thing.
Right. Skullface leads them down the back alley behind a row of shops and houses, sort of a mix of the two. And eventually brings them into a small little yard.
Okay.
Can I have a look around and make sure there's no red sashes following us?
Give me a perception check while I get your tokens.
Not 20. There you go.
Hey.
She sees everything.
Oh my gosh.
What was in this wine? Oh my god.
I see time!
Speaking of...
Brownie, 30 minutes later, happy. This one, Brownie, 30 minutes later, oh no. I understand time and it's wrong.
So, speaking of that, did you? What was I going to say? Sorry, the DM doesn't multitask very well. Were you drinking enough to go over your limits, by the way, Jurnis?
No, I am about halfway there.
Oh, okay, not a problem, not a problem. Okay,
Just
so
trying
we've
to
got
cut back
Glove.
because she knows this place is dangerous.
Yes, it is. Okay, so you're making your way down. You eventually get to the back alley, and I would say you do not notice any unpleasant folk following you. At least anyone wearing red. There are one or two people out at night. And yeah, actually, with your perception, I would say as you're walking down, you are taken aback by the fact that you see this blue shimmer in the distance at first. And as you're trying to figure out what it is, a ghost about 20 feet from you just walks through one wall, gives you a nod, and carries on through the next.
Man.
Other people saw that, right?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time.
Oh, good. My drink wasn't spiked.
So yeah, there we go, has sight. Just making sure all the tokens actually are working. Okay, so you eventually get to this little back alley here. Boop. Can everybody see?
Nope.
Yep.
I
Nope.
see several
Okay.
speckies.
You
I
see
see
many.
black.
Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, the glow on isn't. Well, there we go.
Ah, there we
Oh,
go.
I see something.
You see
It's
many
tiny.
speckies.
I see 2 speckies. There's one in a bedroom
Why
down
not?
the lower right.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was testing it earlier.
Okay, Rocky, you can step back, please.
Okay. Let me deal with the dynamic lighting. So, Scope is opening the door. Yep.
We'll do when Ang moves out of the way.
There we go.
Thanks, Rook. Right, coming in.
Okay.
I don't know the layout of the map. To me.
He's going to stand by the staircase. He's going to stand there and take his coat off, then go to the staircase.
Okay.
For you, my friend.
So, heading up. So that's going to be over here now. Boop.
Oh, he's not going up. He's stood at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Close.
Look, come on in.
Try not to improve anything without the goblin's permission. And not Graz, the other one.
Aw.
Ow.
Graz chuckles to herself.
In you go.
And the son of a bitch made it more feng shui than I did.
Hey, there are tools here.
Ask permission.
Yeah,
Tools, can I use you?
Did the gob... Oh, my...
Golf, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mess with my workshop.
Oh, okay.
Well, suppose welcome to my home.
It's quite lovely.
Thank you. It's a little big. I suppose I've... Anyway, as I said, any 2 rooms on the first floor, apart from the bathroom, I'd appreciate if you stayed out of them. Downstairs, there's a storeroom and the kitchen. Libby will... Well, you'll meet Libby later on. I'm assuming she's already asleep. But I'd also appreciate if you stayed out of the... He points to this door here. just don't. And it's up to you which rooms you take, but as I said, attic room is Libby's, first floor's mine.
All right.
Okay, then. So, with that, you find yourselves a new cellar digs, and rather than wander around the map and everything for 20 minutes trying to get everybody in different locations, unless there's anything else, I would say that is almost that. In fact, no, yeah, there is one thing I wanted to do. So, does everyone want to just like wander around and pick out their room for a moment?
Skullface is going to sit down at his workbench and start taking a look at his gun.
Okay, then. Okay, well, while Skullface is doing that, yep.
Say he's taking his hat off as well, so he's just wearing his mask and his armor and his usual clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, for the sake of argument, you said the first floor was off limits, yeah?
Yeah, that's Skullface's room, and
okay. So in that case, I'm just going to remove the doors for all the others, and again, I'm going to bring everybody up. So, bear with me a moment, ladies and gents, and everybody else. So,
second floor.
Because I will say we do notice a poster on one of the walls showing a very beautiful goblin woman advertised
God.
as
Jurnis just
advertised
zipped off the map. Oh, there she is.
We notice it's arranged quite nicely just on the landing outside of Skullface's room. The Emerald Songbird of Grimscar.
Cool, so we just take whatever room?
Yeah. So you
Yoink.
guys pick. Oh, okay. You've got the bathroom.
Oh, that's a bathroom.
Good job.
I almost died.
Here, that there's enough beds for all of us.
Someone's gonna have to get up close and comfortable with someone else.
Ang's fine on the floor. I mean,
there is another room. There is another floor as well.
Yes.
I thought he said to stay off the third floor as well.
No, the attic floor, which is the sixth.
Yeah, there's the ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, and then the attic floor, then the basement.
Okay.
Okay, bear with us one moment. Yeah, because I have to do that, and bear with me one moment.
Poppers. Popper. Are you having fun there, Gloth?
It has springs. But it would be better if it could recline.
Remember,
Okay, so
ask Skullface's permission before you make any improvements.
right, bear with me a moment. Let me move these as well. Dynamic lighting, it looks really cool, but oh my gosh. And also, apologies, where's Specky?
Specky is in the workshop next to Skullface.
Okay.
The dynamic
So-
lighting is actually pretty funny because I settled Courtesy into like the first room by the bathroom, and then Glorth was just like right in the doorway, and it just looked like he was peering in. It freaked me out.
Okay. Skullface has now he's certainly on his own. Skullface has taken off his mask.
Okay. Is he going to be doing anything else down there?
He goes and checks if Libby's in. He goes and checks the kitchen to see if Libby's downstairs.
Okay. Heads down. There is a small pot that's on the stove. Everything is turned off. When you check it, you do see that Libby has put some food to the side for you, but she is definitely in bed by now.
Skullface just takes the pot, sits at the table, and starts to eat.
Okay. So, before we wrap things up, Ang, are you okay being on that floor by yourself?
Yep.
Is everyone okay with the rooms they have acquired?
Yep.
Okay, so Jurnis and Graz, you are basically sharing a room with Glorth.
He followed me. I don't think I can stop him at this point.
I was certain that I added enough rooms for everyone.
Oh, you did. Yeah, because there's another room right there as well. There's basically a large double bed upstairs where Ang is. We've got the one for Mercy. We've got Mercy, courtesy. But yeah, no, we have one or two extra beds.
Why do I feel like the random cat that has had a Gosling imprint on it?
Well, basically.
Is that Glor's thing? Or is he just trying to seed chaos?
So,
I hear that innocent whistling.
I would say that there are one or two other things that I'd like to set up, but because of time and everything, unfortunately, going to have to shoot off early. So for now, we are going to call that there. So, who gets an extra D6 next week? Play the game.
I don't know. It was gone for like 30 minutes, so.
I would say it's a toss-up between negotiating a large amount of money and convincing the priest to spill his guts under pain of imaginary death.
Yeah, go with that.
I think that one.
Okay, so I would say, yeah, let's go with, shall we say Ang got that one?
Yeah.
Or courtesy?
I'd say courtesy.
That's fair.
Okay, so Miss Courtesy, next week you have an extra D6. Fumble of the game. Now, who rolled ridiculously high again? One the
98?
yes.
That was me.
I rolled a 98.
Wonderful. So not only do you get a bonus D6, you're going to get a negative D6 at my
Luck of the
choosing.
draw and curse of the draw.
Yeah,
No.
I
The
love it.
DM's choosing.
At my choosing. So.
Gauge evil laugh.
Oh, hi, Ez.
Yeah.
Engage sinister
hi.
staring. Oh, wait.
So, as everybody drifts off to the night, I would say Glorth,
Yeah, yes. I'm glad.
as you're sleeping, you feel the cold in the room, temperature begins to rise. As you're having trouble trying to sleep and everything. As you begin to wake up, you feel unusual. You feel something you have felt in a little while. This crushing, almost awful sense of sanity grip your mind.
Oh no, please. This is not. Oh God.
You are currently sane, and as you blink your eyes and look around the room, at the foot of the bed, you see someone else watching you. And we'll pick that up next week. Thanks everybody for watching this Jurnis Plays of Dorsal. Yeah.
We just got some juicy Clarth blood.
Yes, you did. Unfortunately.
I feel like
Unfortunately. Yeah. We'll have to
Like
wait
it's
till
one of those to be continued memes.
basically. Basically. So thank you everybody for watching. It's like I say, it's been fun. I did not expect you to split like that. That was amazing. You maniacs. I was basically
absolute
doing
mad
two
lad.
games at
you
once.
never split the party. Clerics in the
Yeah.
back keep the fighters hale
Those
and hearty.
photos, Hable and Harvey.
Visit in the middle so he can shed some light, and you never let that damn thief out of sight.
That
Oh,
was
And
great.
Jurnis gets an extra D4 inspiration next week.
Woo! Should I just start singing every week?
I mean, if you keep singing and expecting to get a reward, then oh dear.
I could just be creepy again.
Creepy works.
Yes. Creepy does work.
Children,
Yeah.
I'll take thee away
I know that one.
into the land.
Just to say, if you want to go into that room on the ground floor, you can, but yeah.
There's plot reasons, and we will get into that next week.
Yeah.
For now, however, going down the line, is that a good night for creature?
Good night.
A good night for Maisie.
Good night. Sorry I had to bolt for a bit.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm really glad you got back when you did. Literally perfect timing. A good night from Jurnis.
Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams.
Good night from Lizzie.
Good night. I'm glad I was awake to share this.
And a good night from Sephi.
Night, night.
Good night, everybody. Except for Gloth. And yeah, that's cue for you to end the stream whenever you want.
Yeah, I totally
just
forgot
let
I was streaming.
just let it hang. Just let it hang for a good 5-10 minutes. It's all good.
And